Buddy, day 3 of the challenge, and I am here with my boy Daniel.
What is up, guys? We're super excited to start to get into this right away because we have amazing stuff we got to do today, right, Naz?
So much content for you. Last day yesterday was amazing, and we built so much. We built a Slack clone part 1, and today we're doing part what?
2.
Part 2 of the Slack clone, guys. So strap yourselves in for a bumpy ride because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be bumpy. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a roller coaster on a roller coaster. Let's go. Okay. Anyway, so so let's take a look at what we got for day 3 of the challenge, guys. All right. Really quick. Okay, I see everybody is in the live call. That is amazing. Good to see you all. All right, so Slack clone part 2, as you know. Oh, I like we kind of went at the same time. Let's go, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. Awesome. That's part 2. And are you ready? If you're ready, drop it down in the comments below. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
All right, so
quick reminder, guys.
You guys know this is very important.
Naz tells you all the time, you got to throw the cell phone away, and we are not liable for anything that happens to your cell phone.
Exactly, always. And if you throw your cell phone away and then just turn off everything you got, so very important, guys. Cool. So as always, you guys are tagging us. So many people, you guys are tagging us in your comments, on your posts, on your, on your Instagram posts, your stories. It's amazing. And we see it, and I see it, trust me. And we reposted. You can see we reposted. So tag us more, as you see right there. Clever Kazi, Naz Demansky, D. Seyfert, and we got you. Ooh. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's
okay.
What we do.
Cool. All right, keep going.
So quick recap of yesterday's numbers.
How good was
it? It was
this,
amazing,
bro?
man. It was amazing. So many people were able to go through it. We had 10,000 views. 600 people were live, and we had 150 plus homework submissions. So we know people are doing their homework.
Holy moly, macaroni, bro.
That's a lot of macaroni.
That's a lot of macaroni. You like macaroni?
I like macaroni.
I like. No, I actually don't like macaroni.
All right, I don't know.
Oh, come on, I gotta have fun with this, bro.
Yo, and yesterday we had 2 people that donated.
Let's go.
We had Frank and Kazi for a total of $15.
Bro, we can go out to coffee, bro.
Let's go get some coffee.
Finally, man.
You get some coffee because
most importantly, guys, we had $13,000 playbacks, which is amazing. 620 concurrent viewers. You guys are epic. It's so crazy that we technically are basically coding at the same time with 620 people. That's insane. 620 new people that are learning, that are coding with us. And to me, that is everything. To me, it is the reason why I do what I do right now.
For the impact, man.
Exactly.
To change the world.
Exactly. All right, moving on forward. So here's what we are going to be building in this challenge. As you guys know, at this point, Slack clone. It looks epic. It looks sick. And of course, we're going to add some more features to it as we move on. You can see you can sign in right here. You can always sign in. And most importantly, you can also have messages. So this is a live. So what is this called? Live uploading? No, this is live.
Real-time alerts. Real-time messaging.
I always forget the name, bro.
Jeez. We got to write it down right here.
I know. Real-time messaging, guys. Just kind of how you have an WhatsApp, Messenger, anywhere. It's the same situation. And don't forget the prizes, guys. First place prize, full stack mastery bootcamp, 15K worth. Guys, it is a life-changing bootcamp that you will have for free if you participate, so participate everything, right? Participate in everything. Then you get the chance to win a 15K bootcamp. And also, of course, second place prize is what? All the courses and Cloud Programmer worth $3,000. And a third place prize is Profit of the JavaScript, which also, by the way, guys, we will also be launching when?
We will be launching soon. Are we keeping this a secret or not?
No, we're launching on Sunday.
All right. We're launching on Sunday then.
Yeah, so we're launching later on for you guys to go check it out. So get pumped for that because that's going to be amazing. Cool. All right. So, number 2. So how can you win, you guys? As you know, be positive right there in the comments everywhere that you see. Of course, engage in the chat, but don't spam. If you spam, adios. I'm gonna slap it out of you and we'll just say bye-bye to you. Participate all 5 days to be present. Very important. Do the homework, of course. Whenever you say do the homework, that means you're engaged. And then make the full project. And if you add extra features, that's a bonus.
Big bonus.
Bonus. Let's go. Whew. Awesome. All right, next up, who is ready to put in their 100% and play to win? Let's go!
Woo! Go ahead, comment below.
Yes.
High five. Okay. Comment below. Let us know that you're all in, ready to get started, because we're about to jump into day number 3, part 2 of the Slack clone.
Leave a comment right now. I'm in it to win it. Let's go, guys. I want to see it. Agenda for today. Really important. I know I'll skip through it real quickly. Agenda. Let's go. So, day 3 today. Slack clone part 2. Okay. What are we going to do? Channels with Firebase. So, we're going to now connect the database, which is going to be the backend portion of our Slack clone, right? So, that's the fun part.
So, you're going to get a taste of what it's like to be full stack developing.
Full stack developer. Woo! Developer, right? So, no, I did that accent right there.
That was good, dude.
That was good? Yeah, I thought that was good too. All right, we're going to build the message area, guys. Okay, we're going to build the message area. That's going to be the HTML CSS for it. And then, of course, day 4, Slack clone part 3. Last part, we'll finish it all up with a banger. We'll make it good. We'll push it live. And we'll just go, yeah. That's how we do. Okay, done. So, day 5, roadmap to become a 6-figure developer.
This is going to be a great day, guys. We're going to recap what you need to be able to get to 6 figures as a developer.
Yes, always. Yes. And day 6.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise. You see, guys, you got to have fun with these things, guys. All right. So, surprise. Shh, stay tuned. So make sure you stick around to all 5 days. All right. Comprende. Good. So showtime, guys. Who's ready?
Let's get into it.
Daniel, you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't know if you're ready.
Maybe in that case, maybe I'm not ready. Just kidding. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Well, get pumped up. All right. So the end. Okay. We'll get started really quickly, guys. So make sure you have your code. Very important. If you do not have the code for this portion, okay, our code was uploaded to GitHub. I think we should have a link somewhere. Maybe we can post it on YouTube, or maybe David, if you're watching this, maybe you can post it in the description below somewhere. I think description below. But we should have a link to GitHub, which should be to our project that we have been working on from yesterday. And so, what did we do yesterday? Well, check this out. This is what we did, right? We built a Slack clone that looks exactly like this, right? It looks really good, right? I mean, it looks really, really good, right? So look at this, right? That's part 1. That's what we did. For today, our goal is to get to kind of like this. That's for today. So our goal is to be able to, number 1, create this portion. That's not part 2. Make these channels be actually Firebase channels. So they're actually channels that are coming from a database. So finally get a taste on how to interact with a database with, so this kind of gets updated automatically. And on top of that, you will be able to add your own channels. For example, if I click plus, let's say what channel do we want to add?
Day 3, let's go.
Day 3, let's say day 3 of the challenge. Day 3, I'm going to say okay right here. And look at that. Now we have a new channel right here. It says day 3. See right there? So cool, right?
And that's in an actual database. The data is being stored for a long period of time.
Of course, yes. Data is being always stored. This is how epic that is, okay? Cool. So we got that. That's day 3. Next up, what are we going to do is, then we're going to make this. And then also, one thing I was going to add as well is we might also, in the end, if we have time, depending on the time, we might also add this portion as well.
So we're getting closer and closer to finishing up the Slack clone day by day. And just a quick reminder, guys, if you happen to maybe have gotten lost during the video, do not worry. Just keep watching the video. Keep seeing what it is that we're building out. Learn from this experience, and you can always watch the replay. So if you get lost or if we're going too fast, don't worry. Sit down, enjoy, learn from this experience, and you could rewatch the live and go through it at your own pace.
As you know, guys, this is recorded. This is pre-recorded, guys. Right. So, if you're stuck, don't worry. If you can't keep up, don't worry. Most important thing is that you're being proactive with what you're doing. Right. You're taking the time to learn something new, and it may be hard, and it's supposed to be hard, right? But again, remember this, guys. It's very important. Nothing worth having in life comes easy. That's the one big thing I personally live by. And whenever something gets challenging, this doesn't mean I quit. It doesn't mean I stop. I just keep going. Okay, that's the whole goal. That's how I've set up my life, pretty much.
That's good.
That's been pretty good.
And now Nas is crushing it, right? Because he lives by those principles.
Yes,
those crushes it.
Those principles lead me to where I am. Exactly. Cool. So, guys, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So, as you know, this is where we are right now. We have the login. Well, actually, we have the chat section right here. To get the chat section, I'm gonna go here. So, say for example, room. right here. This should get us to the chat section right here. Okay, beautiful. We have our code on the left-hand side right there. All right, beautiful. This is our current sidebar, which we worked on yesterday, correct? And a lot of you guys actually posted a lot of amazing, we don't have screenshots of our amazing Slack clones from the previous ones. Yes, let's make sure we have those next time, okay? Because there are some really, really cool ones I want to showcase. Like, people actually had like different, like literally different, you know, colors and everything. It actually looked really cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, really dope, really dope. So check this out. So let's make sure we take a note of that and make sure that next time we have that, okay? Cool. All right, so for this one, guys, what's the first thing I'm going to do? Well, part one, what I'm going to do is, let's do part one. Let's go ahead and add Firebase. So add our Firebase section, right? So add Firebase/database. That's what it's called. So to do that, guys, just follow along with me. It's a pretty simple process, all right? Here's what you need to do. Let's go ahead and go to Firebase. Okay, we'll go to firebase.com, okay? That's pretty much it. Firebase.com. Once you're Firebase, let's go ahead and log in. So I'm going to log in with this account right now. So make sure you log in, right? So if you log in, it's again, pretty simple process, guys. Okay. Just click login, sign up. If you're not signed up, I'm going to go to console for my sake. And I'm going to do add project. That's what you need to do. Once you've added the project, what's going to happen is, let's go ahead and do this. Let's call it Slack clone. What do we call it? Slack clone? What do we should call it? Slack clone / challenge. Boom, right there. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans as always. All right. So Slack clone challenge. Next, continue. Beautiful. We don't need this specific portion. It's on analytics. Don't worry about that. Click project. Ooh. Now screen the project. And now we can dance. And dance.
While it's creating. While it's creating. Hey.
And dance. And dance.
So, by the way, someone asked, are we going to be building a search function as well, since we had the search bar yesterday?
That's a good question. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Depends on how far we could get these next today and tomorrow.
Yes.
We make good progress. That was actually the next feature we can think about. But if we don't, that is a great functionality that you can build and look into, right?
Oh.
And the reason is because you want to make sure that you understand what it is you're building, right? Because very often people struggle when they don't understand what it is they're building and they just follow tutorial. But if you build these extra features by yourself, you really get in there and you really get to understand it.
Yes. Exactly. So, guys, by the way, hey. Right. All right, we're good. All right, let's get started, guys. So we have a project that was what I had. So project is done. Go ahead and click continue. Beautiful. Awesome. That is continuing on. That's what we need to do. So while it's doing that, that's good. So Firebase, guys, is a database, right? It is what we're going to communicate with. All right, for this portion, let's go ahead and create. You see this web button right here? Click on this web button right here, right there, this web button. Click on this one. And this is going to create the configuration which we need for for our website. Okay, so let's go ahead and call this Slack clone challenge right there. You can do Firebase hosting, that's fine. You can click on this for now, that's just fine. Click on register app right there. Boom. So that's going to happen. It's going to register our app in Firebase. We don't need this portion right here, guys. This is not needed. Okay, this is not needed. However, we do need this stuff right here. So a few things. You see how it says npm install Firebase tools? We need to do that. So let's do that right now. I will go ahead in my section right here. I'm gonna open up integrate terminal on my code. So let's do that right now. So right click, open an integrated terminal. Okay, and then I'm gonna say npm install. I'm gonna go ahead and close out my section. So I'm gonna say npm. That's not what I want. Npm install. We'll do Firebase. So the first thing you want to install, guys, is Firebase. You see what as I'm highlighting right now, right there. No. This is the first thing you want to do is Firebase right here. So we'll do npm install Firebase. That should install Firebase for us so that we can use it. Okay. Because if you can't use it, then what's the point of it?
Exactly. So whenever you try to use a tool, you need to install its dependencies, or you need to install its libraries so you can actually use these external tools.
Yes, exactly. And somebody said, hey, Nas, you're in source. Don't worry about it. That doesn't matter. When you do npm install, it's going to install in known modules here, guys, right? And no matter if I'm in source or public, as long as I'm in my project, it's going to make sure to install it in known modules. This is where all of our modules, our Firebase modules are installed. So, for example, if I look into here, okay, you guys should see A, B, C, D, E, E, S, Fire.
You passed it.
I passed it. Where is it?
Up. Oh no. Down, dude. FIR. Oh, bro, you're going way too fast. Bro.
Where? It's right there.
Right there.
You see it? Where? Oh, right there. See? That's a Firebase right there. See? So installed Firebase. Every module that you install gets installed in known modules, right? This is how projects work. They get dependencies from those modules folder. Okay? Cool. So that's all bueno. Now we've got no Firebase. Let's go and install Firebase tools. So I'm gonna do the same thing, npm install -g Firebase tools, but I will not use a -g for now. I'll just do it only specific to this what's it called? To this project. So I'm the npm install Firebase tools. Okay.
Yo, check this out, Nas. I don't know if you could highlight it.
Oh, let's go. Where's the Craig?
Craig Malton.
Let's go. Super sticker, pure character turning around.
It's this little guy just saying, hey, you. Hey, Craig, how you doing, man? Thank you so much.
What is up? What is up? Great to have you.
Appreciate it so much.
What is this? €2? What is it? €2? What is that?
I don't know. Is that a euro?
I have no idea, man.
Regardless, thank you so much. We couldn't appreciate it anymore.
Yes, thank you. So we got the Firebase tools. We got Firebase. Click next on here. We don't need this just yet, guys. This is going to be for when we, guess what? You know what this is going to be used for?
What is it going to be?
Deploy.
Deploy. What is deploy, Nas?
Deploy means you put our project live for everybody can see. Just how you go to google.com, it's live. It's on the server. We're going to put our project on the server later on. That's going to be guys, day 3. Okay?
So instead of a local host, you could send a URL to your friend and they can open up your Slack clone. And if you open up your Slack clone, you guys can start chatting.
Exactly. Continue to console. That's part 1. So now we have that. Okay. Now what we need to do is a few things. Let's go to project settings in here. And if we have here, you can see how there's CDN configuration. We need to click on the config button. This right here, guys, is going to be the key, the API key to our Firebase right there. This is the Firebase key right there, right? See? So we're going to go ahead and copy this. So copy this portion right here. And then what's going to happen is the following. So let's go ahead and do this. All right.
Do you still need the terminal?
Oh, yeah, I can close it out. No problem.
Hey. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So at this point, let's go ahead and do the following. Inside source, right click, new file. And let's create firebase.js. Firebase.js. Perfect. This is going to be the configuration for our Firebase. A few things we need to do here is the following. So we need to import Firebase. That's part 1. So we'll say import Firebase from Firebase module. Remember how we installed the module? Well, we're going to use it now. So that's part 1. Part 2, let's do the following thing. Let's paste in the config that we had on the right hand side. So paste this in. Boom, right there. That's the config. Okay, this is the config to our database. And everybody, when you guys log in, you will have a different configuration. Make sense? Makes sense, of course, because because that's how it is. So then we'll initialize our Firebase app. So here's what we'll do. We'll say const. We'll say Firebase app is equal to what? Is equal to Firebase dot initialize app. Boom, right there. And then we'll say that inside the initialize app, we'll pass in the config. So we'll say Firebase config right there. So I'm gonna copy this right there. Firebase config, I'll paste it into here. Boom, right there, done. Okay, so add that in. We've got that. Next up, let's go ahead and do the following. So then we'll initialize our database. So in order to access database, have to say it like this. We'll say const db is equal to, we'll say Firebase app, right? Dot Firestore. So Firestore, what is Firestore, you know?
I'm not sure what is Firestore.
So Firestore is the database. Firestore is the real-time database in Firebase, because Firebase has many components, has many resources. There's ability to actually push it live, to deploy your project. There's so many different things they've got, right? But in our case, we're just using the Firestore for now. Firestore, we're going to initialize that. Does that make sense? Or do I need to explain it better?
That makes sense.
Okay. And then since we get this database, in order to be able to use it, guys, everywhere in our project, we have to export it now. So because when we export it, then we can import it into different files and use it. Does that make sense?
Very similar to any component, right? We always have the export all the way at the bottom of the component.
Yes. Perfect. Exactamente.
Perfect.
Yes, perfecto. Let's go. So export right there. So we'll say export. I will say, no, that's not how you spell export. We'll say export default DB. Done. Donezo. Understando? Perfect. Goodzo. Okay.
Now
good.
we could use DB
everywhere we want.
Everywhere we want.
Everywhere. Anywhere.
Everywhere.
So now we have our database, guys. Check this out. We've got our database. Okay. We can access our database through here. Now you don't see anything yet, but look at this. Okay. Let's go to Cloud Firestore, which you see right here. A key. Right here. Okay. A key means here for Spanish. So right there. Cloud Firestore. Click on Cloud Firestore. Right there. Cloud Firestore. There. And inside this, we'll go to create database. Click start in test mode right there. Click next. Click enable for now. Okay. Yo. Guys, by the way, we are at 199 likes. We're about to cross 200 likes. Let's go. 200 likes. And we crossed 200 likes. That's what I'm talking about.
While Firebase is loading.
Yes, as always. Cannot enable Firebase for this project. After you set this location, you cannot. Interesting. Click enable again. Let's try one more time. Let's try it one more time. Oh, now it's working right there for some reason. I don't know why it wasn't working before. So thank God, because then we would have to debug some stuff.
Right at the beginning.
I know, right? So we've got Slack Clone Challenge, so we've created our database. So now let's create a collection. Now, what is a collection? Can you explain, or do you know what a collection?
Would a collection be the way we're gonna store data into this database?
Yes. Think of a collection as like, it's like I don't know, like a collection is like a notebook, guys. Look at this. You see how I have a notebook on here in my hands? Collection is a notebook. Every single page contains some text or contains some data on it, right? There's nothing in here, right? But every page is its own. Think of it as like its own entry, right? So whenever if our goal is to be able to get channels, right? There's gonna be one channel on one page. There's gonna be another channel on another page. But the notebook is the collection of pages.
Okay, so in my notebook, maybe I have some pages that are dedicated to recipes.
Yes.
And I have other pages that are dedicated to just reflection and diaries and
stuff
like
that. Well, here's the cool
right?
thing. Every notebook will have a different title. So for example, let's say it's a recipes, you'll have notebook just for recipes.
Oh, okay.
Let's say you have something else. Let's say what else did you say?
I don't know, your journaling, your diary.
Diaries, right? So then you have another notebook, another collection for your diary.
Perfect.
So it's like a table almost, if you think of it in coding.
That makes sense to me.
Cool. So let's go ahead and do that. So start collection. And here we'll say rooms, because we're going to, for the channels, we're just going to say rooms for now. So rooms, that's going to be. And we're going to create our first room. Now, when we create our first room, again, think of it as a room as just like a page, guys. We'll create a unique ID because we need to be able to identify one page or one room with a unique, and then we'll say name, right? What should be our first name for a room? Clever Programmer?
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. The ones that we already had before?
Yes, exactly. Clever Programmer. So that's we're going to create our first for now.
Okay.
Let's click save. Look at this now. Now we have a collection right there, rooms. That's database. Inside this room, we have one document. Imagine this as one page, right? One page has a unique ID, and that page has a name of Clever Programmer. That's the room, individual collection.
Makes
Comprende?
sense. Yep.
Cool. So now, how do we get those? There's rooms. Good question. So now let's go back to our code, and we can now get this data, guys. This is so cool. Just pay attention. This is so freaking cool. You have no idea. All right, look at this. Let's go back to here. Let's go to components, and let's go to chat now. Now in the chat, actually, let's go to app.js for now. Okay, and app.js, we'll create a function to be able to get channels or to get rooms. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. So let's go ahead and create not chat in the JS right there. So we'll create a get channels function. So I'm gonna say const get channels, guys. Right there, get channels is equal to this, blah, blah, blah. That's our function. Now, how do we grab the channels? That's a good question. Well, look at this. I'm going to remember how we exported DB inside Firebase right here. Now we can import it.
Perfect.
Let's import it.
Let's bring it in.
App.js. We'll say this: import DB from. Look at this. From where? From Firebase, right? This right here is coming directly from this right here. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. So that's gonna be our Firebase. That's awesome. Now what do we do? Well, to get a database, here's what's gonna happen. We do db.collection. See how it says users, but in our case is gonna be rooms, because our collection of room is called rooms right there. So we're going to get that database collection. You see, this is a collection. You see how it's starting to make sense a little bit, right?
Yeah.
This is a collection. It's a collection of rooms. And then what's going to happen is it's something called onSnapshot. onSnapshot. Now, onSnapshot is basically it's a snapshot of like if you imagine you take a picture of us, right? It's a snapshot, right? At a one point in time.
Yep.
Right? A snapshot is a snapshot of a picture of a database in terms of what it has inside of it. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Yes. So on snapshot, what we'll do is we'll do on snapshot, and then this takes in a snapshot. This is, imagine this as a picture, right? But it's not a picture, it's just a picture. It contains the data inside the collection. Cool. And inside here, here's what we'll do. This is where we will go ahead and console the log. For now, let's console the log. What? Console the log snapshot.docs. So here's what we'll do. So the log snapshot.docs. This is going to give us the data. For now, we're just going to console log it, okay?
Perfect.
I'm going to save this for now, right? And here's our React app. Now, if I refresh this, and I right-click inspect element, guys, to go ahead and see the console, really nothing's happening here. We only have this area, which not the most important thing. But really, there's nothing here. Do you see that?
I see.
Now, what do you do to actually have a console? The reason why it's not there is because this kitchen is just a function. We need to call it.
We need to call functions.
To call a function. So, to call a function, I can just do this, correct? I can just do get channels, no problem, right? I can just do this, no problem, right? So if I do this, right? You see, there we go. We get right there. This is what we get.
Exactly. Now, someone just asking the questions if you can explain console.log. So maybe since you just showed it, you could quickly talk about it.
Yes. So console.log, guys, really important. Console.log is, imagine kind of like you're printing something just to test something out. You see how we have a console right here for every single website?
Yep.
There's a console. The console is like basically the behind the scenes of what's happening, what's going on in the project, right? So a lot of times developers, they can console a lot of stuff to be able to test how the website is working, to make sure if it's working properly, right?
Yeah.
So in real life, how can we put this in real life in terms of practice? Like for me, console could be like, okay, for me, console would be like, let's say I have a thought in my mind and I want to see if it works properly. I will write it down on a piece of paper, right? It's a console,
yep.
Right? It's going from my brain to whatever's in here. The console log is just, imagine like as if, you're just kind of logging, whatever you want.
Yeah, so you could just start to, in this case, just print out things onto the console to debug if you want. So Naz was able to make sure and print out snapshot.docs. And then if it shows up in the console, you actually see the data in there. So what he's doing is he's adding console.log/hello.
See?
So now you see how it prints out hello, and then it also prints out the other thing that he was printing, which is the snapshot.docs.
Yes.
So if you're looking to see what is the actual data inside of a variable or anything like that, you can log it with console.log. And if you go to the console of your website, it'll show you what's actually being printed out or what's actually being used.
Exactly. So you can see here, for example, again, hello, print out here, right? Snapshot.docs, print out inside this E portion. That's it.
Exactly.
Right?
And as many people are saying in the chat, it's kind of like the print version. So in Java, you have system.out.print. In
Correct.
C++, you have the printf. Or in C, you have, so in different languages, you have different ways of printing. This is the one for JavaScript.
Yes, correct. So we get the console log high, we get the console snapshot.docs, that's all good. Now, he called the function here, but the problem becomes here is that we call the function in the wrong time, because you see how we're calling it multiple times? Look at this. You see how we're calling it multiple times? Let me see this console.log. Save this. We're calling like hello, hello, hello. You see that?
Whoa.
That's bad. because this app is kind of refreshed a lot of times. So what we do to prevent that is we use something called UseEffect. Right, the UseEffect. And what a UseEffect does is pretty simple. UseEffect basically calls the function, anything inside of it, only when our app is first loaded, initialized, right? So what's going to happen, I'm going to use UseEffect, I'm going to do comma right here in array. And this means that, this right here means that call the function, anything that's in here, whenever it's initialized. So if I say console.log hello, I'm UseEffect right there. Okay, so try this out by yourself, guys. Right there. UseEffect is not defined. So this is not defined because we need to import it first. So let's go ahead and import that. So we'll say.
So UseEffect is a function from React
that
you could use, and then it gets called every time there's something that's updated. Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
Perfect.
React. Okay.
Yo, our boy Victor Diaz just donated $5. He said, "You guys rock. Let's go, Victor."
Let's go. Thank you so much, Victor.
Man.
You know what? His name is the same as Joe Diaz. Well, but just spelled differently. I thought it was cool. Come on, bro. Thank you so much, Victor. Appreciate you.
We appreciate it, Victor. Man.
But look at this. Look at the difference. Look, bro. Look. Hello is effect. See, that's being called once, while hello that was here is being called multiple times.
And we want to avoid calling it multiple times.
Exactly. There's no need to. There's no need to.
You just need to call it once.
Exactly. So what we're going to do, I'm going to remove this hello use effect, and I'm going to say get channels. I'm going to put this get channels function into the use effect right here, right there, right? So now if we go ahead and refresh this one more time, you see the use effect. Look at this. Look at that. Now it's being called only once.
Nice.
Cool. Now the question that becomes, okay, this looks weird. This does not look like data we need to use. Yes, it does not, because here's what we need to do. We need to call the doc data. Here's what we'll, so for this to work, we need to go like this. We need to go snapshot dot docs dot what dot map. We're going to loop through every single document. This is how we need to loop through it. We're going to loop through it every single one. We're going to get the one doc right here, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then what's going to happen is that we're going to right here console.log for now doc.doc.data for now.
So again, the reason Nas says for now is because console.log is a way that we can debug to make sure we get the right data. Once we console logged in, we see that's the right data. Now we're going to bring it into HTML and JavaScript.
Look, guys, check this out. Name clever programmer. That's the one we have, right? And you see doc.data. This is our first, right? Our first what? Room.
Our first
room.
And
this, guys, this comes directly from a Firebase database. So if we go back to here, okay, this is our room, clever programmer. Let's create a new room. Let's call a new document. What should it be called?
Challenge day.
Challenge. So we'll say name, challenge, React challenge. Boom, right there. Click save. You see, now check this out. If I go back to my React app, oh, let's go. Now we have clever programmer and the React challenge.
So this loops through all of our pages or all of
documents.
All of our documents inside of our page.
If you're thinking about the notebook, then yes, it's pages. Yes, yes, it's pages.
Gotcha.
Let's go. It's literally going like this. It's going like this.
1, 2,
and so forth, and
3,
and it's actually showing them. Do you see?
Yeah, it's
cool.
Pretty wild.
Pretty wild stuff. So look at this, guys. Now we have it right there. Look at that's so cool. All right, now to do that, what we need to do, we need to save this data now somehow.
Okay, how are we gonna save it?
How do we save it? Well, we save it using something called useState. Every component, guys, this app component has state, right? Has a database. What is state? It's a database.
Perfect.
Okay. Sorry, I asked you, then I answered it.
Keep doing that.
Okay. So it's a database. Okay. So imagine this app component has its own database, and you can kind of add data to it. Now, how do we use it? How do we use it, bro? Tell me.
Use state.
Use state. Well, first we need to import it. So let's go ahead and import use state.
So this is another function of React.
Yes,
that you
correct.
Can use.
Another function of React. Use state right there. And use state has two things that allows to do. It has the value itself and the function to change it. So here's what's going to happen. I will say here. Okay, I'm going to say it like this. Okay, I will say it like this. Let me go to close this for now. Cool. I will say like that. I will say const. Let me go do that. Const. And I will say rooms. comma set rooms is equal to use state, and I will pass in the array in here. You see that?
Yep.
The array. So here's how that works. Use state. Imagine it's creating a new a new database, and it's creating a new database for this component called just the app component, and it's adding a new section in here. And this section, the data for this section actually is the rooms, right? Now this function right here is actually what's going to be able to change the data that's in here. This changes the data, set rooms function. So we actually get two things back. Now, to use that, what's going to happen? Whenever you see, remember how we did console.data? Well, look at this. We are going to do set rooms. We're going to save the rooms, okay? Set rooms on snapshot.docs.map. And what's going to happen is that we're going to return here, return doc.data. Why we return? Because when we return in here, let me see, make sure it's all good.
Yeah, just add another parentheses.
Where?
Well, the one with the red. So you just added the,
Oh, this one right here? Thank you. Boom. There. I always forget that. I don't know why. So when we return, right? Let's go ahead and refresh this. Good. When we return data, it's going to return the data for every single element. And when I do set rooms, it's going to save the data inside the rooms function. Nice. So if I now do, let's go ahead and do console log rooms. Look at this. Console.log rooms. Are we ready for this? Are you ready for this, bro?
I'm ready, man.
Inspect element, console, and look at that. Rooms now has two array object, two objects in an array.
And it happens to be the ones we have in our database.
Exactly, guys. How cool is that? Right? One is called Clever Programmer, and another one is called ReactJS Challenge, right? And that's inside the room. So this right here is actually maps out to this.
Perfect.
Boom, right there. Now, beautiful, but we're not done yet. Because of the thing, we also need to be able to get the unique ID, because we'll use unique ID to be able to change different rooms. Like when we go ahead and change different rooms, right? So we need to get the unique ID. To do that, here's what we'll do, guys. Return, instead of doing return.doc.data, we'll do return. We'll create the object, okay? And we'll say here, ID, doc.id, okay? Comma, name is doc.data, dot name. Boom. Dot name. How's that being mapped out? Pretty simple, guys. Dot name. Let's go ahead and close this out. Dot name is being mapped out from here. This dot name we get from the name that's in here. You see that?
Yep.
And so this Clever program will have this, and then the ID is gonna be the ID of the document itself. Make sense?
Can you go to Firebase real quick to show them where the ID is?
Yes, right here. So ID, this is the ID right here.
Oh,
This
so now
ID.
we have a unique
ID,
ID
correct.
for whatever data we have inside of it.
Yeah, so this ID is going to be actually inside here. So remember this ID. You see 4ELI? You see that right there? Check this out. Now, because we're returning the ID and we're saving it inside the rooms, okay, what's going to happen now is we go to here, and if we refresh, are you ready for this? And we console log rooms. Now you have two items.
Nice.
And we don't have the ID. I didn't save it.
Oh.
If I refresh it, are you ready, bro? Oh, let's go. Remember how we had the 4E?
Yep.
Right there? 4E, boom.
Now, what's the purpose of an ID, Naz?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well, the ID is completely unique. So if you happen to create another channel with the same names, React/challenge, it'll totally be fine because you have a different identifier for that. So IDs are going to be very common when it comes to backend development, because that is how you can uniquely identify a specific item or a specific record if you're looking at relational databases.
Of course. Yes. So this is a very important aspect of coding just in general. Okay, guys? So look, now we got the IDs. Cool. All right. We got the IDs. Nice job. All right. We got that portion. Let's go and save that. That's so good. All right. That's the start. Okay. Part dos. What's part dos, bro?
Part two is we want to create them from the app now, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, let's actually show them. We have the rooms that's in here. We have our app that's in here. We have our channels that are here, but these are not channels from where?
these are not channels from the database. These are ones that we hard script
right there
into or hardwired into our code.
Exactly.
And we don't want that because then you can't really change it because that's what it's going to show every time someone logs in.
Let's go. You got that right, my friend. So what we are going to do is instead of these IDs, we're going to replace them with database IDs. You ready for this, bro?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you tell me how to do it.
All right, go do it.
So we have rooms in here. The really cool part is because we have rooms in the app, we can actually pass it down to multiple components. We can pass down data between components, between different, objects, different, containers. So in our case, we have rooms. Let's pass down rooms into the chat. So inside the sidebar, because our rooms are where? They're inside the sidebar. You see that right there? Our channels. So inside the sidebar, we'll say rooms. It's kind of like arguments in the function. Rooms is equal to rooms. Rooms right there. Now we're passing down data from app.js down to where?
The sidebar.
Sidebar.js. Exactly. Okay, now inside the sidebar, we have to now take it. We have to accept it now. How do we do that? Well, it's something called props, guys. Props, right? Every component has props. Imagine like a parameters. So if I do props in my case, let's do console log props. Again, being console log, a very important aspect. Console.log props. Props right there. Okay, save that. Inspect them on the chat right here. Console. Okay, see. Clear this out. Refresh it. Look at that. Now if I props, look at that. You see props?
Yep.
The props has a room argument with an array that we passed in.
Perfect.
Boom. Boom. Mic drop.
So props stands for properties, correct?
Properties.
And those would be the properties of a specific component.
Exactly.
So that is how you're able to pass in arguments, parameters, whatever language you've been used to before. If you're not, and that's just how you pass in data from one place to another place.
Yes, exactly. All right. Now this props has an attribute called rooms, and we can use that attribute. Okay. Ready for this, bro? Are you ready for this, bro?
I am ready.
I hope you're ready for this, bro.
I'm watching.
Okay, now to loop through props, just how we loop through data in here, guys, we will do the same thing for channels. Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna use JSX functionality, and we'll do props dot rooms dot map to loop through it dot map, right? And we'll say item. That's for every single one room. Okay, this is gonna get us one room. And this will return what? This will return this channel. So let's go ahead and copy this channel. Boom. And we'll paste the channel in here. Right there. Now, so this returns one channel component, one little channel style component. You see that right there?
Yep.
Now, how do we actually put the item data into here?
Well, it depends. What data do we want from the item?
Well, the one that we want is the name.
Oh, so usually
that's pretty much it.
When you're trying to access an attribute of an object, you're going to do the object dot the attribute name.
Yes, we'll use dot notation. So here's what we'll do. We'll use something like this. We'll use like this, and we'll do item dot name. Boom, right there. And now we could do, let's go and remove this channel right here. Boom, boom, boom. What's going to happen now is it's going to loop through every single rooms object that we have in the database. It's going to grab that one object. It's going to put that and create a new channel just like that. How sick is that? You ready for this, bro?
I'm ready.
Oh! Hold on.
Oh my god.
Sorry. See if I yell too loud. And look at this. As I scroll down. Ready? Ready?
Yo!
Oh! Let's go! Woo! Hey! Alright. This is how it's done, guys. Are you still pumped with me, guys? 269 likes, guys. Let's get to 300 likes right now. I know you guys got this. 300 likes. Come on, let's go right now. We just did our first part with database. You just implemented a database, guys. You implemented a database. How sick is that? All right, so moving forward, right? Just to recap what happened here, right? This stuff right here is coming from a database directly. React challenge. And look at this. If I now add one more, let's do one more. What should we add now?
Do this one Team Nas and Daniel.
Team Nas and Daniel. Wait, no, that's
Wait,
name.
that's
No,
name,
no,
that's
no,
name,
no, 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 no. Team Nas and Daniel. Daniel, right there. Team Nas and Daniel. Save that. Look at that. Now that's saved in here. Are you ready for this, bro? Ready for this?
Do it.
Oh, let's go. Team Nas and Daniel.
Because
right
our
here.
application is now actually going to Firebase, getting the data, and then putting it
Yes.
on the channels.
And because it's Firebase, guys, it's real time.
Real time.
Whenever you are updating something in the database, what's going to happen is this gets run again, and this is why we have an update instantaneously. I did not even have to refresh my page. It's called real-time database, guys.
Real time.
Remember that. Muy importante. Muy importante. All right. So we got that. Part 2 that we're going to create for today is how to now add a new channel. So here's part 2.
How to add a new channel from your Slack clone.
Yes. Add a new channel from Slack clone.
Because we saw we could go to Firebase and add it there, but that doesn't make sense.
Yes. Somebody said, isn't it due to the UseEffect statement? No, not necessarily, guys. The reason why we don't have to refresh is because this to be the collection is a real time, it's called a webhook, actually. It's called and what's happening is that every time inside the snapshot right here, every time that Firebase gets updated, it hits this function. No. Basically tells this function to run again, and this runs again. So that's how cool it is. All right, cool, awesome. To create a new channel, we'll do a few things. We have our sidebar. Let's now go to where am I at? Inside the sidebar, let's create a function called add channel. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
So say const add channel is equal to the following. Okay, add channels. That's a function. Okay, now inside this function, how do we add new channels? That's the big question.
Well, are we gonna want to update the list?
Well, yes, but also we need to call a database as well.
Ah, because the database has the actual data, not just the list that's inside of our application.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and do that. So add channel, and here we'll do the following. We'll do db. Well, the first thing we do is we need to prompt the user for the channel. So we'll say const prompt name is equal to prompt, and we'll call it enter channel name. Boom, channel name right there. Okay, now let's do console.log prompt name right there. Prompt name console log. You ready for this, bro?
Yep.
So we console log prompt name. Now from there, how do we actually call this function?
Well, we're gonna want to call it whenever the user takes an action to add a channel.
Where?
Well, I'm assuming it's a little plus sign right there.
Yeah. You know it, bro. Woo. You know it, bro. That's what I'm talking about. So if we look at the plus, where's our plus icon? It's actually here.
Add icon.
Plus icon. Okay. Now, for this plus icon to work, here's what we'll do. We can do an onClick function. onClick.
And what are we gonna do on click?
onClick equals, and we simply call add channel. This is the power of ReactJS, my friends. Okay, I can call functions on the click of anything I want. Click anything I want. I can do that. So add channel. Save this. And you ready for this, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, and if I click, okay, so it's cancel for now. I will say inspect element.
Because we're
console,
logging something.
Yes, we're logging something. Plus.
Hello. Oh.
Okay. Oh,
Ooh.
this is our prompt. We just put in, you see?
So now we have the actual information. Now we
And
know how to access it.
Exactly. And you exactly know why now console log is so important, because it's a great way for us to test things.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. So we're prompting that. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. So after that, we need to be able to save that in our database. So we'll say if prompt name exists. Okay, if it's not null, if it actually exists, if people put something in it, db.collection and we'll say that get the rooms collection again. And instead of now doing on snapshot, we will do the add. And then the add will give it an object, and this object will be name. What is it? Prompt name. Right? So look. DB not defined. Okay. Why?
Is it imported?
No, it's not. So we gotta do like this. We'll say import DB from. Now we need to import it from database. So we gotta go back like this and say Firebase. Firebase. Boom. Boom, right there. The reason why we say this, guys, is because sidebar.js inside the components. You see this right here? Sidebar is here. Our Firebase is outside the components folder. So this right here goes outside the components folder and goes into the Firebase.js. That's how that works. Beautiful. All right, we got that portion. Beautiful. Woo! Let's go. Got that portion. Now let's test it out. Add channel is being called. Test out this function. Okay. Uno, dos, tres. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Plus. Okay. What should we call it?
We work. We are cool. We're pretty cool.
Yeah, we're pretty cool. I would say so. Quick. Okay. Woo!
Now
Let's
go to Firebase. Let's make sure it's actually
Let's look
there.
at that here.
And we're not lying to them.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Right there.
So now we have the ability to get the data from Firebase and add data to
Firebase, guys. Get us to 300 likes for that, guys. 294 likes. Come on, guys. You guys got this. Come on.
That's just 6 more likes. I think this deserves 6 more likes.
This deserves 6 more likes, guys. We're almost there. Like 6 more likes, and we already done so much. Like, what the heck?
Holy crap.
What? 6
wait.
more? Hey,
I was
295.
I was looking at the wrong number.
295. Oh, you're looking at the wrong number. 295. Come on. 299. And we are at... $300. Oh man, you guys are epic. Cool. All right. So at this point, Daniel.
What? Holy crap!
Oh, come on, bro. You know the drill.
Every time we pause and Nas puts the volume up, we gotta dance.
I look at this, and every time it's like people are like pumped. Let's go, we did it. Let's go. I'm so freaking pumped. Oh, it's amazing. Cool. All right, look at this. So again, the way this kind of works, guys, is I just want to kind of give you a rundown the way it works. Okay, if I go ahead and do my text tool, let's say we have let me go ahead and do force mode on. So we have Firebase in here. Firebase, and we have our app in here. All right, this is our app, okay? And what's going to happen is that, let's say we have the new message, okay? Or let's say new channel, my bad, new channel, okay? This is how that works. So new channel is being added, okay? If I now do brush tool, whenever you add a new channel, guys, that gives it to database, Firebase, right? This is why in Firebase we see the actual channel. Then the Firebase tell the app that we have an update, and an app then shows us view, then the app then shows it to us on the view. And this is the process. And it's a continuous circle. It's a continuous circle non-stop. New channel, new data, updates the database, database updates the app, updates the view. Boom, voila.
And the reason we have Firebase again is so that we could store this data for a long period of time. Because if you have a chat conversation or a new channel, you don't want it to just disappear the next time you log in. You want it to be there and remain there. So you need to store it into a Firebase database to do that.
Persistent storage. It's called persistent storage, guys. Okay, moving forward, we are going to do the following thing. Let's work on the chat now.
Let's do it. Fun now. This is the fun part.
It's the fun part, guys. Now we work on the chat. So let's go to app.js. Okay, app.js. Okay, actually, let's go not to app.js. Let's go to chat.js. This is where we're working on from this point on. All right, chat.js is going to have a few things. So if we look at our app that we are trying to build, okay, what do we have, Daniel?
Well, we have something that kind of gives the channel summary.
So we have a header. We're gonna have a header right there.
A channel header.
Okay, what else do we have?
We have input at the bottom.
Input right there. And what else do we have inside here?
The text area.
The text area, guys.
The chat area.
So you can see there's 3 components that we need to build, guys. Kind of 3 components that we need to go ahead and build. This one. This one. This one. And this one. That's it. Okay. So let's do that. Inside our component, let's go ahead and create the container. The container is going to contain everything inside the chat. So it's a container. Let me close this out. I don't need this anymore. Container. And for this one, for the container, we'll close this out right here so that we don't have that. Good container. Import style, because we're going to use style components. So we'll say import styled from what? From styled dash components.
Yo, Nas, check it out.
What?
We have another lovely person who just sent us $5. We have you. Thank you so much. We love the dancing pair that you have there. It's trying to copy our dance moves. Look at that.
Oh, let's go, guys. If you guys copy our dance moves, guys, tag us on Instagram.
Yo.
That'd be sick. How cool that'd be, huh? Like just challenge with some dancing, huh? That'd be fun.
Thank you so much, Pew. We greatly appreciate
yes.
you and everyone else watching this.
Yes. So we have the container here. Somebody said chat container. If you want to call the chat container, that's fine. Completely no problem. Okay. Let's go. We'll use the style components and we'll do const container. As you guys know the drill now, we do styled.div. Okay, that's all. Okay, inside the container, what's going to happen? Well, we had 3 components, right? The first one's going to be what? The first one's going to be the header. So we'll give it the header section. We'll give the header section. Then underneath the header section, what are we going to have?
The chat area.
The message. We'll say the message container.
Message container.
We'll say message container. Right there. Cool. Then underneath the message container, what are we going to have?
The input chat area. What do you
yes,
call it?
We'll call it the chat input. Chat input right there. Boom. Okay, chat input. Now, okay, now this message container, let's go ahead and comment this port action now. We don't need this just yet. Okay. Okay. Container. Now inside the header, what's going to happen inside the no. Bad. This guy is right here. My bad. Is inside after the header right here. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because we want the container to give it styled component to everything.
Yeah, exactly. So let me go ahead and put that back to here. My bad. It's not one. You need me to put this after the header. Boom, right there. So you have the message container after the header and the chat input after the message container. So those 3 components, just how we showed it before. Okay. So let me go ahead and show it. So you see, boom, right there. This gonna be here. This gonna be here. This right here is gonna be this one. Comprende?
Yeah, what's this area?
What? Let me go ahead. Let's go. Wait, thanks, Daniel.
Oh,
cool.
that was me.
Yeah. Alright, we got that portion. Let's go ahead and do now. Create it. So we'll say const header is equal to styled.div. Boom. Okay. Nothing so far. Okay. Nothing so far. Then same thing goes message. So we'll say const message container is equal to what? Styled.div. Just keep that in mind, right? It's a pattern. You see the pattern here? As part of the being developer, guys, you have to remember patterns. Patterns are very important in becoming a developer, right? Mm-hmm. This is the key always.
Now, we do have a question that was saying, we seem to be putting all these styled components after the export. Yes. RD Luick is asking if this is a standard or if you could put it above the return function, or where's the best place to put these?
So it's actually very good to put it underneath the export. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, because when JavaScript reads the file, it reads the whole file. The export is just simply a way for it allows the chat to be exported. That's pretty much it. But when JavaScript goes in and sees this header, it knows this header is actually this.
Of
right?
course. So I think it's cool putting it on the bottom because it kind of separates your code out. So you know everything after the export is going to be styled components, and everything before is going to be your actual component.
Exactly. Correct. So we have the message container. Now let's go do chat input for now. Const chat input.
Yeah, so great question, by the way. If you have
Yes.
more of those questions, keep on asking them because we want to give you guys as much value as possible.
Beautiful. Start the div. All right. We got the header. We've got the message container. We've got the chat input. No problem. All right. If we go to our React app, of course, there's nothing here, guys, as you know, right? If I go to header, right, there's nothing here. So now to actually make those full things work, remember how I used grid before? We're going to use grid here too. Check this out. Grid is was going to split it up into 3 rows. 3 rows, okay? So look at this. Container, and I will say display grid in here. Display grid. Okay? Boom, display grid. All right. Now, to define 3 rows, guys, we're going to use grid template rows. Grid template rows. So we'll say grid template rows, like so. And to define every row, we give it a height, for the grid template rows. The height for our first row, so this is our first, second, and third row. Our first row height is going to be 64 pixels. That's going to be the header, 64 pixels. Our second row is actually going to be auto. Why? Because our second row is the message container, right? It's the message container is going to be this portion, and it's going to expand. If the height, if the slack is bigger, the message container is going to get bigger. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense.
Yes, exactly. And then the third row is going to be something called min content. Meaning this portion right here, this third row is going to take up as much space as a minimum as it needs. So if the height of this input box is this much, that's going to be the height of the row. Make sense?
That makes sense.
Good. Awesome. Good. Let's continue on. So we got this portion. Let's go ahead and go to the header now. And if we look at the header, if I do background color, for example, background color. What?
Gabriel just donated €2 telling us
dance?
to please that, bro.
Come on, bro.
Bro.
Are you serious, bro?
Dude, I guess we're monkeys, bro.
Hold on, bro. Just give it. We'll wait for the beat drop. Wait for the beat drop, bro.
All right, we'll wait for the beat drop. We'll wait.
So
We're about to do it, Gabriel.
Background. So background. Do we come here to code or do we come here to dance, bro?
Yeah, Gabriel, we're here to code, man. But we'll do it.
So background.
Again, thank you.
We'll say orange right there. Okay, save that. And look at this. You see? We define. Look at this, bro. See? We define the header right there. See? And now it's orange because we gave it a template row 64 pixels height. Voila. And now our message container, if we do that, let's say, background color, we can say gray. See? Because our message container is auto, and our chat input is just min content.
And because we don't have anything there right now,
Exactly.
min content is 0.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and remove this gray icon. We don't need this anymore at all. We don't need this background orange. Instead, inside the header, we'll create the content. And what and what content do we have here?
You gotta do it for Gabriel. Oh, dude.
Oh my god, that's funny.
We get donations to dance now.
Oh my god. One day we'll get like a guys who could actually I'm curious. If you guys give us a $20 donation, we'll dance.
Bro, we did it for 2, bro. Now, we're bumping up the price. We're bumping up the price
for the donation.
Bumping up the price.
20 euros, a 20 dance.
20 euro donation.
Whoa, wait, bro, people are creating the channels. Look at this. Oh no!
You gave him the
Firebase thing?
Oh, they got us, dude.
What are we going to do?
Let me see. Go back to it. What are they doing? Oh my god!
It's okay. We'll stop.
They hacked us. They hacked us.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. We'll stop it. We'll stop it from actually being. Don't worry. Look at this. If I go to Clio Firestore now, I can actually pause it for a second here.
You guys hacked us.
Yes. So we'll do right now. We'll do just read. We'll do the forget the write for now.
Nice.
There, we'll just read. So you guys think you can't read right for now,
Dude,
guys.
that's funny though. That is.
Oh, come on, you guys.
That is funny.
Not
dude.
cool. So you can't write anymore.
They got us hard, man. They
Delete
got us
document.
hard.
Delete. Okay, let's do this one. Now we know. Now we know the. Guys, don't do it just yet. Okay, give us some time. All right. There you go. Delete document. Start delete. All right. We are cool. How cool is this channel? Very cool channel. Delete, delete, delete. All right. That's it. Now you guys cannot. Oh my god, that's funny, bro. Well, Team Nas Daniel React Challenge. Lol. Delete document. Whew. Oh. You see how quick we work, guys? You guys think you're so smart, but we can just.
You.
Hey. Whew. Delete document here too, and then dance right there. And delete as well. All right, cool. So let's go back to our. That's it. No more. God, we still have one more lol. That's okay. That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. So, okay. All right. At this point, somebody said spam it, guys. Don't spam it, guys. No need to spam, guys. No cool. Don't worry. We blocked you, so you can't spam anymore. This is why I was ready for this, actually. I was partially ready for that, honestly.
Dude, I was curious 'cause when you just dropped the DB stuff, I was like, should we like block this out or what should we do here?
Yeah. So channel. So now let's go ahead and do this, right? Let's create this section here. This section is going to be called channel, okay? And then this channel has two sections. One is this section right here, and then second section is this section right here, details, okay? So we'll say this one is going to be channel section, and after that we're going to be channel details. Channel details right here, boom, right there. All right, let's create a style that there for both of those. So we'll say channel. Const channel is equal to. By the way, guys, if you are spamming, if you're saying shit like spam, we're gonna block you and you won't be able to watch this anymore. Just so you know, okay? I don't like that. He doesn't like it. Nobody likes it. It only makes it worse for everybody. So if you say bad stuff, if you spam, I'm not even gonna be sad about it. I'm just gonna block you. I'm just gonna throw you out.
Guys, we want productive conversations, things that are gonna move people forward. Not things that are going to hold everyone else back and distract people. So, guys, keep it clean, keep it positive, motivate others, motivate yourself. Let's be productive.
Yeah. So, channel. Now let's do channel details. So, const channel details. Right there is also going to be style.div. Is equal to styled.div. Right there. Okay, good. Style.div. Awesome. After that, here's what's going to happen. Okay. If I go to here, now nothing is there, of course, no problem. That's okay. Now inside the channel is going to be two things. One is going to be the channel name, channel info. That's going to be this box right here, this company-wide announcement. It's kind of information about the channel itself. So we'll say channel info. Boom, right there. Channel info. Now none of those are available, so let's create those right now. So const channel name is equal to style.div. Okay. And then const channel info is equal to what? Styled.div as well. Boom. Boom, done. Now hashtag clever is there. For the channel info, we'll do this one now. So we'll company-wide announcements. So you guys can paste that into yourself as well. So we'll do company-wide announcements. All right, good. And you can see there's nothing interesting or crazy that's in here, okay? Not the most important thing. But what's going to happen is that we now can actually modify the styling of this, all right? So let's think about now the channel itself, okay? The channel itself. The channel name will give it a font weight of what? Of font weight of 700.
Yeah, something big, something that's noticeable.
Exactly. So font weight of 700. So that's the weight of what's it called? Font weight 700. Okay, cool. All right, refresh this. Good. 700. Now for the channel info, let's change it up as well. And for this one, we'll give it a font weight of 400. Right there. Font weight of 400. Okay, good. Okay, and then we'll say give it a different color. We'll give it a color of the following. it's going to be 606060. This is a very lightweight, like gray right there, guys. You see? And we're going to make a font size. We're going to make a smaller font size with a font size of 13 pixels. Okay. And then we'll do margin top, dash top. And that's going to be what? 8 pixels. Right. Okay. So look at this right there. See? Now that's there. That's there. Now all good, right? But here's the problem. Right? Now we need to add some spacing here and here. And how do we do that?
Margin and padding.
Hey, now should we use margin or should we use padding? It's a good question.
I think we're going to use padding on this one because we would want the header to cover the entire top.
Yes, exactly. So let's go ahead and use padding. In our case, we're adding the header section. You see this header section? So let's do this. We'll give it a padding left inside the header. Where's the header? Right there. See this header? We'll give it a padding left. So go to the header. We'll say padding left. And we'll give it 20 pixels. Right there. Done. You see now? Good. Next up, let's give this one also a padding right of 20 pixels as well. Padding right, 20 pixels. Now, because we know the header is 64 pixels height, we need to center it now. Now, how do we do that? Check this out. I will use display flex. Display flex. Right, so. Flex, okay. And inside here, display flex, of course, now it's kind of like, right, it's still fine, no problem. Display flex. Oop, I don't want that. Display flex, all still good. Now, in display flex of the header, I will give it, how do I align it vertically centered? Tell me.
I think we've done this a couple times before.
Uh-huh.
Was this the grid?
Uh-huh. It was a grid. No, actually, it's not the grid. Actually,
not the grid?
No.
Because flex is what? Left to right, right?
No, flex is just...
align items?
Mm-hmm.
God.
There we go.
There's so many alignment things, man. It's hard to keep it on top of mind.
Align items. Items. Center right there. Save that. Right there. And look at that. Now it's centered. Boom, right there.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Okay, one more thing. Let's add a small border below right here. So here's what we'll do. We'll do border bottom. So say border dash bottom. You say border dash bottom. Okay. And in our case, we'll say border bottom. And here's what we'll do. 1 pixel solid. And this is going to be our color. Boom, right there, guys. 1 pixel solid. That's going to be our color. Boom. Okay. Cool. We got that portion. That's awesome. Oh, let's go. Look at this, bro. You see this, bro? Holy shit. Whoa. That's cool. Yeah, we got the border bottom.
Clean,
that looks clean as hell.
Clean.
Exactly.
Mr. Clean.
Yes, exactly. So now, we've got this portion. Let's next up work on this details portion. Yes. Right there. All right. That's going to be the channel details in here. The channel details are going to have a few things. The first thing is going to be a div for details. So we'll say here a div. Right? So let's say details for now. Then we're going to have an icon. The info icon. You ready for this, bro?
Yeah.
Info icon. Now, how do we get this icon?
Material UI.
Material UI. Yes. Yes.
Any cool icon. You could probably go to Material UI and find it, guys.
Okay, let's do it. Material UI icon. Guys, we are currently at 322 likes. Help us out. Let's defeat this YouTube algorithm and just tell us how... what?
I just like he said, like, yo, we're going to war with this YouTube algorithm, guys. We need your likes to beat it.
Always. Because, think about it, right? How else are we supposed to spread our knowledge, right?
Our knowledge and positivity.
Right? That's
and
the only way.
Why did Frankie bring this here?
I don't know, Frankie. This is your fault. Why are you doing this? Thank you for
Frankie's making us fat.
Always.
But we still love him.
Yeah. Long time. So look. Okay. Material UI. Material UI. What's going to happen is let's go ahead and search up for info. You see, I had this field. We have info outlined right here. I can click on info outline. This gives me the code. I will copy this code. Now I'll paste this code in here. Done. And now I can use it. Now check this out. If I go back to my app, let's use the info outline icon. Close this part out. Actually, I can still use it, no problem. Inside here, I will say, how do you guys remember how we do this? We'll say what? Info. Outlined.
Icon.
Right there. Close this out. And look at if I save this. Oh, let's go. You see right here? So good.
Yes.
Yes. Muy bueno.
Muy bueno.
Yes. But they are currently aligned how? Bad.
Bad.
One on top of each other. To prevent that, what we need to do, guys, is if we go to channel details, look at this. Channel details, right? In order to do that, what do you guys, in the comments, guys, what do you guys think we should do here, guys, to make a line kind of like one after the other? One after the other. How do we do that?
I think we have to flex on them.
No, don't give it to Frankie. This is good.
Oh my god.
It's his fault for being here. Now we're stuck.
We're over here eating all the Frankie snacks.
Huh? Thank you. Yes, actually, that'd be great. So, display flex. Okay. And look at this now. Look at this. Now it's from left to right. You see that right there? Okay, good. Next up, how do we go ahead and align them vertically centered?
Well, we just did that, and Nas quizzed me, so I remember align items.
Hey, let's go. Right there. Center. Center. Oh, look at that. See? Beautiful. Now, okay, one more thing. Here's another test for you, bro. One more test, okay?
No more tests, please.
Yes, test.
Okay.
Okay. How do we put this all the way on the right-hand side?
Oh, I remember we did something with absolute position and relative position.
No, that's not the right.
All right, well, we did that before, but I guess we're not going to do that this time. Well, we also did something with grids.
No, it's not right still.
Right.
So here's what we'll do. We will go ahead. We'll go to header, and we will actually use justify content to push these away from each other. You see? The header is this whole thing. You see? And I can actually push these components away from each other by doing something called justify content, space between. Justify content, space between. Boom. Oh, you see that? Beautiful as always. Now, one more thing I have for you, bro. How do we change?
Yo, you said the last one was the last test, bro.
How do we change the color of this?
Color.
We just changed the color, guys. I like how it says position. Somebody says absolute positioning. Not necessarily, guys. So let's go ahead and change the color of this. Thank you. So
thank you, Frankie. We love you.
So to change the color of this, we'll go to channel details in here, and we'll give it this color. Right here. Right there. Boom. Save that. Look at that. Now this color is a channel color right there. And same as goes for which color? Same goes for the actually icon color. But here's my issue, bro. You know what my issue is?
What's your issue, bro?
My issue is that these details and icon are very close to each other.
Should we add some spacing in between?
But how?
Can we add some padding?
We can add some padding. We can also add some margin. But the problem is that you see this icon is an icon. How do I add margin to this icon? Pay attention really closely what I'm doing about to do here. I'm going to create a new component called info. Okay? Info right there. Okay? Then with this component, I will go down and I'm going to say the following. I will say here, const info, pay attention, is equal to styled, but not style.div. Instead, it's styled info outlined component. Instead, I'm saying it's styled this icon right here. What's going to happen is this basically imports the icon itself, and I can apply CSS styling to that icon individually.
So all the previous stylings that it had before,
yes,
you can build upon those.
Exactly. So I can add do something like, for example, margin right. I can say margin right, margin left actually. And I can give it a margin left of 10 pixels. Oh, right there. And look at this. Oh. Now, I know, there's two icons now. I know. But if I remove this one, the original one.
Boom.
Save that. Boom, right there. And this icon now has inspect element. Look at this. This icon now has this icon.
Has all the previous stuff plus.
Margin left 10 pixels. Boom, right there. See? Right there. Maps to. Boom.
Mwah.
Mwah.
You want to create beautiful not CSS. You want to create beautiful styled components? These are the things that you need to learn.
Yeah. Somebody asked why not add the details. We can also add the details. That's up to you guys. I decided because I wanted to show you how style components work. I decided to do it this way. That was just the only issue. But you can also edit the details. No problem.
It was more for learning purposes.
More for learning purposes, exactly. So now we have details and we have this, and this looks pretty good. I would say so.
It looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Okay, cool. Next up is going to be what? Well, let's go. It's gonna be this one right here. Okay. Are you ready, bro?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. Now, for the chat, the message container, not necessarily the most important thing. Let's go ahead and do the chat input. For this chat input, though, I'm not going to use the style components, guys. Instead of that, I'm going to create its own component because it's going to have a lot of functionality within it.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do this. Inside of components, in components create a new file, and let's call it chat input.js. Right there, chat input.js. Okay. Let's do RFC to create the component. RFC.
RFC is a shortcut.
Shortcut right there. Okay. We create a component. Save that component. Let's go back to our, where was it? Chat. Back to our chat. Let's import that chat input. So I'll say import right there. Ooh, that's nice. I want that. Import chat input. From, and we'll say chat input right there. Because this directly comes from where?
Chat input.
Right there. See? Okay. Now we're gonna replace this with chat input. Boom, right there. Okay. We can now remove this one right here. We don't need this anymore. Okay. And now we have this chat input. Now inside this one, let's go to login. Chat input. Yep. And we'll say chat input. If I save this, go to React. Oh, let's go. Now that is here. You see that right there? Boom, right there.
Do you want to add a little background to that so we could see?
Of course, bro.
Because now that we actually have something to min with.
Container. Let's call this a container right there. Container. Let's import style for style components. You guys know the drill at this point.
You know the drill.
Style from styled dash components. Boom. Okay. Good. Style components. That's awesome. Okay. Style components. Let me go ahead and modify my thing. Style components. Okay. I'm going to do const container is equal to styled dot div, and that's going to be background. Woo!
Appreciate your sound, needed renovation.
Dude.
Oh, come on. You gotta have fun.
This music is too addicting, bro.
I know, man. Who picked this music? I have no idea.
Dude, I need to get one of these soundboards for my room. So just like I wake up, just.
Yeah, I agree. So look at that. Orange is right there. See? Right there.
So I just want to clarify again because Nas showed us a really cool attribute, which is called the min content. So this is going to change on how much content you have in there. So if you were to make the text bigger or smaller, if you were to add more things, this height is going to keep adjusting to the minimum amount height needed to cover all the content inside of this.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, exactly. That is a really good explanation. Yes, Daniel, that's correct.
Thank you.
No. Okay, inside the chat input, what are we going to create? A few things, guys. Well, the first one we're going to create is going to be the input container, which is going to be this input container that kind of like encapsulates the whole form for the message. Make sense? All right, let's go ahead and do this. So we'll say, okay, let's create our new style component called input container. Input container, right there. Okay, good. All right. Inside this input container, this whole thing is actually going to be a form. So we'll say form.
And why are you going to make this a form, Nas?
Why? The reason why we're going to make this a form is because a form gives a functionality to where when we hit the enter button on here on the keyboard, guys, right, it will actually allow us to call a function on the submit of the form, right? Otherwise, we'll have to add some extra functionality if we don't use a form. But if we use a form, then when we hit enter, when we hit enter,
when we
hit enter, we can simply call a function and then do whatever we want. Make sense?
I love it. That makes total sense because you're typing a message, and when you click the button, you want it to send that message.
Exactly.
So form simplifies
We'll
that.
create an input called input type text right there. Okay. And then we'll make a placeholder. Placeholder is equal to message here. Message here dot dot dot. Boom, right there. God, this music is way too good, bro. Oh, message here, okay? And after that, what's going to happen is inside the form, let's create a button called the send button, right? The send button is going to be this button right here. This button right here, guys, okay? So let's do that. We'll say send button, button, right there. That's going to be the send button. Inside the send button, we need to go ahead and get this logo, the send logo.
Yeah.
Let's get it from Material UI.
Material UI,
Let's go. So send. Okay, send but there. Send outline. Do we also send fill? Which one? Should we use this one or this one?
I like the filled one.
I like the fill one too, right? Okay, let's use the send filled right there. So we'll say send. Okay, let's import that into our code. Boom, sends the icon. And we'll do inside here, we'll simply say send. Send it. Send it.
Send it.
Oh, come on. Remember that? That was a joke for a long time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Send it, bro.
Yeah. So send icon. Now, of course, none of this stuff is defined, so it's defined right now. So here we'll say const what? Const input container. Input container is equal to style.div. Boom, boom. Okay, good. Style.div. Okay. All right, next up is gonna be send. I sound like a horse. So let's go. Send button. Send button is equal to what? Send button is equal to style.div. Style.div right there. Okay. Except also as well. Not the most important thing. Okay, guys, here. Okay, so that's gonna be the send button. And then at that point, that's pretty much it for now. Let's go ahead and remove this, refresh this. Oh, look at this. How beautiful is this, huh, bro?
And again, just reinforcing what we talked about, the main content before. If you're just adding things, it's going to keep adjusting.
Yes,
which
it's going to keep adjusting.
Beautiful.
The height, this height adjusts, right? This height will always adjust as well, depending on how the height of this. That's why this is called auto.
Yeah. Want to show real quick? You just kind of just want to like bring it down and
so
up.
if I go to chat.js, right there, this auto.
And then, so what happens if you start to kind of minimize this window up and down? Will this just shrink?
Yeah, it's out. So if I go to here, let me see.
Boom.
See this right here?
So that one has 64 pixels. The header 64 pixels.
Constant, yes.
Constant. It's always going to be 64 pixels.
Yes.
The middle is auto, so that one can adjust.
Yes.
And then the bottom part is min height, so it's always going to cover the minimum amount of area that needs to encapsulate everything.
Yes.
Dope.
100%.
Makes total sense.
Makes total sense.
Now, again, this is important because this makes things mobile friendly, right?
Very mobile friendly.
This allows you to now have small screens, big screens, and it's available to be out there. So that's why I just want to reemphasize this point.
Always. Guys, we got 352 likes. Let's get to 400. Let's go. Hey, guys, if we get to 400 likes, we'll dance for you.
What? We said $20 donation, bro.
We get 400 likes. How about that?
All right.
400 likes and we'll dance.
400 likes.
So everybody, if you want to see some dancing, guys, let's get to 400 likes and we'll do some dancing. How about that?
Like, even invite your friends to like it.
Yes.
Just send the link out. Tell them, yo, just like this video real quick. You don't even have to watch it. Just like it. We need to beat the YouTube algorithm.
Okay. Input container. So that's still good. Now, let's go and style our input container, which is basically the format here. Okay? Okay. A few things first, okay? This container, back on orange, you see how in our actual app, it floats. You see how it floats? You see the bottom here? Because it has a padding, guys. Because it has a padding. So we'll do this. We'll do here. Padding left. 20 pixels. padding right, 20 pixels. Okay. And then finally, padding bottom is going to be what? Padding bottom, 24 pixels right there. So if I say, you see this, now just move that right there. See, so background orange. Let me go put this back here. Boom. Now, you see, because it created a padding for all these different components right here. That's within the input, within the container. So the input container now is going to be kind of like padded right here. You see?
Yeah.
Makes sense? Cool. Awesome. Up next. So that's all good. On the input container, let's go ahead and do this. The input container has a few things. Well, the input container, guys, has a border. You see this border? Around it. Let's make that border. So we'll say border here. We'll say border. Okay. And we'll give it a border of 1 pixel, solid. And here's the color, guys. Check out this color. It's a cool color. Hashtag this. That's the color we'll use. Now let's go back to here. Hey, we have ourselves a border. Now it looks hideous.
Right now.
But we need to add some nice curves.
Oh.
We like curves.
We
like curves. Yes.
Smooth.
As they like to say. Smooth. So to add curves, we'll say border radius. And here we'll do border radius of 4 pixels. Oh, smooth. Look at that. So smooth. All right, cool. Now, up next. Let's now edit the form. This form contains the input, right? If we think about this. The input, which is this one. And the icon, which is this one. And they're currently kind of on top of each other. And how do we make them from left to right now instead of that?
Display flex.
Let's go. So we'll say, now, to target the form, here's what we'll do. We'll say form inside the input container. And we'll give it display flex. 377 likes, by the way. Display flex.
Snaps. No.
Let's go. Let's get to 700.
Guys, whatever you do, do not share this video.
No, share this video.
Reverse psychology, bro.
Oh.
Do not share this video with a friend. So do not get the URL on top and text it to a friend and tell them to like it. Do not.
Oh my god,
do
bro.
That, guys.
Okay. So let's give it a height of 42 pixels. So that we have a height of 42 pixels. That's amazing. And look at that. See now over here. Look at this. The send button is here. The input is here. Okay, great. Now from left to right. That's so beautiful. Now let's go ahead and do the following. Let's now align them center. So I want this button to be centered vertically. Make sense? How do we do that, guys? In the comments. Well, we do it by align items.
And by the way, we did get a question I think would be good to address by RD Luek. And he says, I noticed that you spend a lot of time on UI design. Is this a standard compared to backend code?
What do you mean by that? Say it one more time.
He notices that we're spending a lot of time with the UI design. Is this standard compared to like spending the time with the backend stuff and the backend code?
Notice you spend a lot of time in your design. Is this standard compared to backend code? In backend code, you don't work on UI design much.
No. I think he's just saying like time allocation.
Mm-hmm.
And to answer that question, it's going to be it depends. Because in this case, we don't have a very complicated backend.
No,
we're just going to be storing the channel names along with some of the text or the specific things that people are chatting with.
Correct.
So it's not going to be too complicated, but we're spending a lot of focus on the UI design because, again, this is going to be very cool to make it very attractive and show because we want to show how you use ReactJS.
Exactly. I want to show just how cool programming is in general.
Exactly.
It's like magic, guys. It's like you're an inventor. Like he's an inventor, I'm an inventor. I got this idea, I can put it into use. You have an idea, you can put it into use. And that's like, I don't have to know anything crazy. I don't have to know how to saw things or how to, wire things. No, I just need to know how to type on a keyboard. That's the really cool part about this, all right?
Yeah, and to add to that, there might be a very complicated project that does need a lot of attention in the back end. So sometimes maybe they bring on a team of people where someone works on the back end, someone works on the front end, and it's very integrated. But it's just going to depend on the project to answer your question.
Always. So now let's do this, guys, okay? Now, for this portion, okay, a few things. Let's give it a padding left. Because here's the thing. How do we go ahead and push this input more from the left-hand side? So we have more space. Yes, so we'll padding left. Padding left. We'll do 10 pixels. Done. Okay, good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and make this input actually a width of 100%. How do we do that, guys? How do we push the send button all the way to the end right here and make this input the whole thing? How do you do that? What do you think? What do you think? How do you do that?
What do you think?
I don't know. You tell me.
What do you
I don't know.
think?
You tell me.
What do you think?
I don't know. You tell me, bro.
What do you think?
I know. Okay. Here's what I know. Well, we're going to target now the input. Let's target the input. And the cool thing about flex, guys, is that you can tell flex the importance of something. So, for example, for the input, I can say flex 1. Right here. Look at this. Boom. You see that right there? Now, the input here, guys, the input right here, let me go ahead and show it to you guys so you guys can see it maybe just a little bit better. Now, this input right here, boom, right there, see, it has a flex of 1, meaning this input is the most important part in this section, meaning it's going to take up as much width as it possibly can. That's how we say flex 1. Okay? If I set flex 0.5, okay, for example, see, it's going to take up 0.5. If I say flex 1, it's going to take up as much as it can.
What do you do 0.75?
0.75.
Oh.
Cool, right?
That's pretty cool.
Flex 1, right there. Awesome. So we got that portion. That's all good. Let's now go ahead and do the following. Let's remove this hideous border from this input. So we'll say border is none. Boom, none. Save that. Boom. Now see the border is gone. Beautiful.
It's gone.
Yeah. Next up, let's go ahead and do a. Let's change the font size. So we'll say font size. 13 pixels. Boom, right there. So look at this now. Now, look at this. I can type now, guys. Holy shit.
Beautiful.
Holy shit, this is macaroni. Okay. What? Oh, come on, bro.
I don't know what came out of your mouth.
I don't know either sometimes. But sometimes you can have fun, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. So we have that portion. That's all good, okay? Next up. From that point on, what we are going to do, you see how when I focus on this, you see how the focus outline is like blue? I want to remove that blue. Okay, let's remove that blue right here. To remove that blue is we do input focus. Input, focus, 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 focus. And in here, we say the form, we say outline, none. Save that. Boom. And if I focus now, oh, you see? No more blue outline. You see that right there?
Now it's beautiful.
Now it's very beautiful, guys. It's very beautiful now. Okay, the last part that we have to do, guys, is this portion, is this send button right here. It was a one before last. Is this send button right here? Are you excited for this, bro?
I'm super excited.
Are you excited for this, guys?
Let's make the send button.
Oh. By the way, we are almost at 400 likes, guys. Come on, 400 likes. Come on, and then we'll do a dance. Come on, 400 likes. Let's go. All right, so we're at 384. Okay, let's get the following. We got this. Let's work on the send button. The send button is right here. Okay, here's our style for the send button. Let's go ahead and do the following. So we'll say const send button. Let's give it some stuff. The send button itself, guys, is a container. It's a div right here. Okay, it's a div. Now this div is gonna have a background color of green, and this is the background color it's going to have. So this one right here. Boom. This is the background color it's going to have. Boom, right there. You see that right there, bro? You see that, bro?
I see it.
I see it.
Oh.
See it clearly?
Looks weird, but I see it.
I know. I know it looks weird, but we can change it. How?
How?
But look at this. We can. The first things first is let's go ahead and make it nicely and round. Okay. So we'll say border radius.
Smooth.
Make it smooth. We'll say border radius 2 pixels. So border radius is equal to 2 pixels. And look at this. I'm gonna zoom in on here for a second. Ugh, no, zoom in horrible.
You misspelled the radius.
Rayos.
Okay.
Save that.
Boom.
Oh, you see, border radius. Now it still does not look that good because, of course, you know it's like weird and so forth. Let's give it a width and height. Let's give it a width. You see how, guys, as we are doing this stuff, it's CSS is what makes it so easy for us to do this kind of stuff, right? We're just modifying it with CSS, and then it just shows it up on the view, which is a really cool part. 32 pixels. And again, with CSS, a lot of it has to do with just practice, and just testing things out and see how they work out. That's pretty much it. Width, height of 30 pixels. Height of 32 pixels. Okay, good. 32 pixels. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit better. Would you agree with me on that one?
A little bit.
Yeah, just a tad. All right, now let's make this button centered. What do we do, bro?
Well, first we got to center it vertically.
And then what?
And then we got to center it horizontally.
Beautiful. But before we do that, what do we have to say?
We have to say align items, maybe.
Okay, and then
And then
a
grid.
And then no, just display flex, guys. Display flex. So we'll say here display flex. Okay. To make sure it's a flex content. Once I make it a flex content, I can do things like justify content to align it horizontally. Just remember that, right? So center. I can do now align item center, align items to align it how? Vertically, bro. Vertically. Now look at this. Boom. Oh, you see? That's beautiful now. Wouldn't you say so?
Beautiful.
Yes. A lot of people saying display flex. That's amazing. Cool. We got that portion. Let's now make this the following. Let's add some margin to the right hand side of it. So how do we now, here's my question to you. How do we push this whole div from the right hand side?
We add some margin.
Beautiful. Yes. Margin. Right. What?
8 pixels, 5 pixels?
5 pixels. Oh, see, it's getting, you see, by giving it space, we're already starting to make it look so much better. Okay. Amazing. Beautiful. Next up, let's go ahead and make it a cursor pointer. So cursor pointer, make sure like as we hover, it becomes like a hand. Cursor pointer. Boom. So save that. And you see how as I hold, and now it becomes a hand. You see that right there?
Now
it's a hand
like
now.
You can click it.
Now it's like a button. It feels like it's a button now. Next up, let's give it the following. Let's change the width of this actual what is this called? Icon. To do that, I will inspect element. And you can see that this icon has a class of, look at this, MISVG icon root, this icon.
Yeah.
I will target that class by the following. I will say here, dot MISVG root, and here's what I'll do. Now I'll say width, let me say this, width, guys, of 18 pixels. Now it's smaller, boom, see? Now it's smaller, right? Now, okay, so we got that. However, how to change the color of the initial icon, actual icon?
Would we have to go to the icon CSS and add a color thing?
Yes, we have to now create our own style component with the icon, just how we did the last time. So here's what we'll do. We'll do send right there, just did the last time. Send, boom, boom, save, send right here. Good, we got that portion. All right, let's create send right here. So we'll say const send is equal to styled div. Boom, right there. Style.div, okay? Style.div. You see that, bro?
Yep.
Cool. Style.div. But actually not style.div, but actually styled icon. Look at this.
You have to pass the icon in.
Yeah, the send icon. Wait, are we 400? Oh, 3,900. 399, bro.
Oh, 400!
Wait, where we go? Hey, let's go. We're at 400 likes. That is what I'm talking about, guys. That's amazing. So, I know, bro, right?
They paid us to dance, dude. I've never been a paid professional dancer before, so I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to make €2 for dancing.
We've always paid. We've always been the opposite. We've always paid to dance, but now, you know.
Yeah.
One day, maybe
that's we should start a YouTube channel, Nas and Daniel dancing.
Exactly. Okay. Style send icon. Let's make this a style send icon. Let's make that, guys. Right here, and we'll make that what? Let's not change the color. The color now of this icon is gonna be the following. Boom. Boom. Done. Oh.
That color looks better, yeah.
Now let's remove this send icon.
Boom.
Save that. Boom. Look at how cool this looks, guys.
Beautiful.
Just by a small change. But are you ready, bro? Are you ready for this, bro?
We got a quick question about what just happened here. Besides style.div and style passing in a parameter, which would be like the icons, what are some other styles like style.button or things that we could do with component styling.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some other things that we could do? RD Louis. I keep saying Louis. It's like Luke or Luck. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry.
Correct. You can do style that button. There's basically any element that you have in HTML. Div, span, p tag, right? H1 tag, anything. So as long as it's an HTML element, you can do it. So for example here.
So we've been doing div because if you remember, Nas has been adding it to containers.
Yes.
And containers are divs, or at least he's been making containers.
I can do style.span. I can do style.div. Right? I can do style.p. I can do style.button. Pretty much anything, right? As long as it is an HTML element. That is the only requirement. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Hope that answered your question, man. Keep asking those great questions.
Awesome. That's actually a good question. He has some good questions.
These great questions.
Yeah. Cool. So now we have the message here. That's amazing. We have our thing here. Okay. But I want to have an add hover state. So when I hover over this, I want to have it be like it's a more, it's more pleasant. You know what I mean? Like you want to be more pleasant, right? So here's what we'll do. On the hover of what? On the hover of the send button, we'll change the background color to this. Boom. Background color of this, save that. And look at this now. Are you ready for this, bro?
Vroom,
oh,
vroom,
that's
vroom,
so good.
vroom,
It's so good though, right? It's so satisfying that when something changes, that makes you know, like, okay, I'm about to click on this. Make sense? Cool. Okay.
The user experience.
Exactly. User experience. Exactly. So we got that portion. That's amazing. Let's go ahead and I don't want that. I don't want that. Cool. So we got that portion. That's all good. And pretty much at this point, guys, we're done. We're done. Look at this. We're done with this. We're done with this. What do we do now? What do we do now? Now
we dance.
Oh my god.
That was improvised. We were
Yes.
done, so we had to dance.
Okay, good. If you think, guys, dance, smash the like button. Exactly. Smash that like button. Destroy the like button, as we like to say, guys.
Break it.
Yes, break it if you have to. The next thing I want to focus on is actually going to be this portion. Look at this. Let me go and change this up. I want to create this portion right here, right now.
Okay.
This is called the message, okay? I know we're at this point, we're almost at 2 hours, and we'll be able to finish this in about next 10 minutes, okay?
Yep. So this is a little bit bonus, guys. We weren't sure if we're going to get into this today, but it looks like we're at a good pace. Looks like everyone's still engaging.
Yes.
So we're going to dive into this part because this is going to build on tomorrow's activity.
Exactly. So let's do that right now. Okay. First things first. In our app, okay, what do we need to do? Which one is our that we just built? Is it this one or this one? I think it's this one, right? Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one. Cool. All right. Inside, now let's go back to chat.js. And we have this message container, which is all great. No problem, okay? Inside the message container, let's create an individual message. So we'll have an individual message. Let's go ahead and do this. And we'll say message, okay? Boom, right there. Message. And you can see it appears here, correct? Yes. Appears here. Well, let's actually create a message component because every single message that you see here, for example, I always have to expand this one. You see, every single message is its own message component. This is where components are going to be so useful because we're going to reuse that portion, okay?
So similar to what we did with the channels before, we just have a component for a message, and then we can just put in whatever data we want and use it all over the place.
Exactly. So let's go inside the components. Let's create a chat message. So components, new file. By the way, guys, let's get to 500 locks and we'll dance again. So chat message .js. .js. Let's do RFCE. Right there. Right there. Save that. Chat message. Okay. Save that. Oh, good. We have the component for the chat message. Let's go to chat.js and let's import the component in here. So we'll say here, import chat message from where? From what? From where?
Oh, we just created the chat message.
Message. Exactly. Okay. Now let's use that chat message. So we'll use that right here. Chat message. Chat message. Boom, right there. You see? Chat message. The chat message now is going to be this component. Let's go and say type this out. Chat message component. Save that, and boom, look at this. You see, chat message component is now in here, guys. Hopefully you understand that, okay? Cool. All right, let's now work on the chat message. If chat message is going to have a few things. The first thing is always going to be the container. Container. Okay. Container. Okay, cool. Container is all good. Okay. Now, not defined, no problem. Let's go ahead, import style components. You know the drill. So import style from what? From what, bro? From style components. Dash components. Okay, from style components. Okay, that's all good. And let's now do const what? Container is equal to what? Styled dot what? Dot div. And that's it. Style.div. Make sense? Okay. Style.div. Okay, cool. So let's give it a background color for now. Let's give it a background color of, for example, background. Let's give it an orange background. Okay. For now, orange. Okay, there we go. Now you have this one chat message right here. Comprende?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. What we do now. The container is now going to have a few things. Well, the first it's going to have is the avatar, right? So if I go in my Slack clone, which is my built one, we have the avatar and we have the name and so forth. So let's do this right now. So let's go ahead and create the avatar. So we'll say here, we'll create a component called for avatar. So user avatar. Avatar. Okay, good. Save that. Inside the avatar, we'll have the image. So we'll say image source is equal to something, and that's gonna be image source for now. Again, don't worry about it. User avatar. Don't worry about just yet. After that, we'll have the actual message content. So we'll have message content right there. And this message content is going to have a few things. The first thing it's going to have is just a name, right? Which is going to be what? Think about this. What do we have? This name, and then the actual text, which is this portion right here. Under the name is going to be the text. Boom, right there. Name, let's say, for example.
Yo,
what?
Amanat!
What?
Our boy Amanat, part of
Oh, let's
Team CP.
go.
Dropping the $5. Thank you so much, Amanat. We appreciate the love.
Love you, Amana.
Shout out to Amanat. He's one of the guys in the back end that we don't see his face sometimes, but you see all of his work because, guys, he puts in so much work into Clever Programmer. So I just wanted to give him that shout out.
Guys, the reason why a lot of you guys are even, like, for example, here and how you get notifications kind of for, you know, he's posting the homework, right? Between all that, between notifications, this guy's doing so much together with David and just the whole team, you know, Jesse and Sheila and everybody. Like, and Frankie, of course. I mean, if I didn't name it, it's pretty much everybody. They're all working so hard. So make sure to, guys, just say thank you to the CP team down below in the comments. I really appreciate that because, you know, yes, we're in the front end here and you guys see our faces, but behind the scenes, there's a lot that's going on. This is the reason why we're able to put out so much and do so much in terms of challenge and be able to handle everybody, right? Otherwise, if we're just one person, then we can't. It's really hard, right?
You need a team to be able to do this.
Yes.
Right?
So just say thank you. Love you guys. I love everybody in the team. They're the best team in the world. So, yeah, cool. So let's go ahead, Rafe Kazi for now. Let's do Rafe Kazi right here. For the text, let's go ahead and do. Okay. How is the challenge? Okay. This challenge, this is the best challenge. Best challenge. Right there. Cool. So cool. When we go to here, of course, a lot of these things is not defined, which is no problem. Let's go ahead and define this. So we'll say here, we'll say user avatar, const user avatar is equal to what? Style.div. Okay. Style.div. Okay. User avatar. And now inside that, we'll go ahead and do the following, right? We'll say what? Message content. Let's go ahead and do message. We'll say const message content. Message content. Put that to the top so you guys can see it. Message content is equal to also styled.div. Style.div. Okay. Then after that, we need to go ahead and create the name. Now inside here, I can actually do a span. Right? I can actually do a span like this. Check this out, guys. Let's do. You know how we did message dot like name div? I can do const name is equal to styled dot span. Just for a change of, you know, just for small change, okay? And same thing is gonna go for text. Const text is equal to styled.span. That's it. Okay, style.span. Okay, all good. Next. No, this text right there. This text. Okay. So we got the user avatar. We got the span. Okay. Okay. Thank God it's not broken. Whew. Okay. So now we have the container. Don't worry about that. No, guys, don't worry about that. All right. Let's make this a little bit smaller so we can watch what we're doing. I'm gonna make this a little bit less. Okay. Cool. All right. This is the best challenge right here. Name and so forth. All right. For this to work, now let's go ahead and add an image. Let's add an image. You ready for this? To add an image, we can actually generate get a random. Look at this. A random user. Look at this, guys. A random user generator. This will generate a random user, for example. Look at this. Look at this. New. Doesn't matter, right? So generate a random user. This is funny. Holy moly.
Hey, Cafe Rossi.
Hector, Byron, Amanda. You want to use this, Amanda? Use Amanda here. Copy image address. Hopefully this is not a real name.
I don't know, bro.
I really don't know, but she looks like Amanda. I don't know why.
Sorry, Amanda.
It's out there, you know. So what can we say? Image source. Okay, Command V, and that's gonna be the person right here. See, that's image source to JPEG. So if we save this, okay, Amanda's right there. Okay, cool. That's Amanda right there. Amanda's is now very popular at this point. That's funny. Now with this specific portion, a few things are going to happen. We need to make the user avatar kind of a certain width and height. Does that make sense? So user avatar, let's do this. We'll say here. It's gonna be width. Width is going to be what? Width is going to be 36 pixels. And height is also going to be 36 pixels. Boom. Now, I know Amanda is not fit the box, unfortunately. But why? Well, there's a few reasons why. It's because the image actually is still overflowing, right? If I inspect element, you can see here that Amanda, this is the div, you see, but Amanda is overflowing. So here's what we do. Inside the user avatar, I say image now, and I say, look at this, width of 100%. Save that. Boom, right there. You see right there?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, let's add a small border radius. We'll do border radius here. Border radius. Radius of, let's say, 2 pixels. Save that. And now Amanda here does not have, you see, if I zoom in, there's really no like curve, right?
No, smooth.
So here's what we do to prevent that. We'll do overflow hidden. Boom, right there. I spelled that right? Overflow hidden. Save that. And look at that. Now Amanda, you see that has a curve. You see that right there? There's a curve right there.
That's good.
Right here.
Clean.
Yeah. Reason why is because unless it's overflow hidden, then basically the edges, guys, the edges are kind of outside the container. And so we need to say no. If they're outside, if they're overflowing, then hide them. And that's what makes the curvature. Okay? Cool. All right, we got that portion. Now let's go ahead and move all this stuff together into its own little thing. So for the container, number one I want to do is I want to remove this background orange because it looks hideous. Okay? The first thing I want to do is I want to add some padding. So
what? We just got another $5 donation by Easy IT Solutions. He said, "You guys rock. Keep up the great work. Love you guys. Easy IT Solutions.
Woo!
Whatever your real name is. Thank you so much for that donation. We greatly appreciate you guys being on it. We're already 2 hours in and they're still here, guys. Thank you so much for that. That means so much.
Yeah, that means a lot. That really doesn't matter. Woo! Let's go to see. What does it say? Thanks. Awesome. Oh my god, that's funny. Cool. So let's do this. We'll do padding. Okay. We'll do 8 pixels. 8 pixels. Comma. 20 pixels. Now, what does this mean? 8 pixels, 20 pixels. This means that 8 pixels is actually vertical padding. 20 pixels is horizontal padding. So basically mean left and right. This is a shortcut. You got a shortcut you want to learn, right? This is a vertical, top and bottom. This is left and right, second number. So we'll do 20 pixels here, 20 pixels here, 8 pixels here, 8 pixels here. Understandable?
Beautiful.
Okay, next up. So you see how we have the user avatar on the left hand side and the Rafik Kazi stuff is on the bottom. But we want to make it from left to right. So here's what we can do. I can say in the container, I can do what? To make that work.
Flux.
Yeah, so you got this. Somebody's like, I can watch this all night. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Thank you.
So we'll say display flex here. Okay, and look at this. Oh, you see that? The Rafikazi is now here, and then from left to right. Beautiful, okay. Now, from that point on, here's what we'll do. From this point on, let's think a little bit about the message content. This is the message. This is the content right there. This needs to go where? Below Rafikazi, correct? It needs to go here.
Yep.
So to do that, let's go to message content. We'll make it also display flex. And guys, in the comments, how do we make it kind of go from top to bottom? Pretty simple. Display flex. Okay. Okay. You see, it's still not from top to bottom. What do we do in that case? Tell me. Well, we do what? We do flex direction. Flex direction to change the direction of the flow. Flex direction is going to be now column. Oh, you see that?
Beautiful.
Little by little, we are changing this up. You see that? That's awesome, bro. Cool. Next up, let's do the following. Under Rafikazi, you see how we also, in here, we have like this date portion right here. Let's change this. Let's actually copy this date. Okay. Copy this date. And let's put it into a span right here. Boom, right there. From left to right. Boom, right there. So now if I go ahead and do this. Whew. Oh, yes. All right. Let's now let a little bit of margin. So for the avatar, so the user avatar, we'll do margin right to push everything to the right. So margin right. Right. We'll make it what? We'll make margin right 8 pixels. That pushes everything to the right. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Next up, let's focus on what? The name itself. So the name itself is gonna be font weight. Font weight of what? Of 900. Okay, save that. So this is all 900 now, all good. But don't worry about it. We'll change the span right here. To now change up this span, inside this span, we'll say span, and we'll make that span what? Font weight of, let's say, 400. Right there, see? Beautiful. And let's now change the color of this. We'll change the color of this span to be what? To be this one, actually.
CCC.
No, not CC, bro. I don't like CC. This one right here. 97, 97, 97 right there. Without the one. We don't need that, actually. RGB, 97, 97 right there. 97, 97, 97. Look at that. See right there? Boom, right there. Beautiful. Okay? Awesome. Now, let's go ahead and change the font size of this. We'll say font size. Font size is going to be what? 15 pixels. Okay. It's a little bit smaller. That's it. That's all we're looking for. Okay. Let's give it a bigger line height. So we'll say line height of 1.4, just to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, just to add some space into it. You see what I mean?
It is looking gorgeous.
It looks beautiful, bro. It looks amazing.
Who made this? Who made this masterpiece?
I don't know who made this, bro, but apparently we did make it. Okay. Awesome. Next step, because you can see how you see now this image is above and then this is kind of below. So this image and this text is not centered. You see that, bro? This is kind of more above this component.
I see.
So how do we make it centered?
Line items.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
I'm learning, guys. Woohoo.
Line items. Sorry. Center. Ooh, look at that. See, now this image is centered. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right, cool. Now let's focus on this. The text portion. The text portion is pretty much, this is the best challenge. Last time adds a little bit of margin to the span. So we'll do span. And we'll do here, we'll do margin right. Let's also do 8 pixels. 8 pixels, like so. Boom, by boom. There, margin 8 pixels. Let's save that. And does not change here for some reason. Did I spell that right? Maybe padding. Let's see. Margin left. Let's do margin left on here. Margin dash left. Let's do 8 pixels here. Okay. Margin left 8 pixels on this one. That creates that. Beautiful. This is the best challenge. And look at this now. This looks very much similar to that. Okay.
I think the margin, right? That is the whole span. So
I see what you mean. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was also tripping on it.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. That's right. Actually, I didn't catch that. You caught it. That's awesome.
Hey.
Let's go. So cool. We got that portion. Look at that. Now we have this. let's change up the font size of the text a little bit, maybe of this span. So we'll say font size here, maybe let's make that 13 pixels. Just make it a little bit smaller.
Boom.
Hey, 13 pixels.
Gorgeous.
Cool. And that's it.
That's
Look
it.
at this.
That's it.
We now have our first chat. Look at that. Look at this, bro. Guys, we have done it. We are almost at 430 likes. Let's get to 450 likes. We've done what we needed to do for part 2 of the Slack clone. Now, at this point, guys, who's ready for some homework?
Homework
Are you ready for this, bro?
time.
Homework time. All right. We've done so much, guys. And you know what's so funny? I'm so glad that we went ahead and we canceled this part out.
Dude, it'd be packed.
It would've been
with
bad.
Channels. No.
Next time you have to be careful with that stuff.
We'll be careful.
Yes. So, at this point, guys, look at this. Okay. We completed this. Now it's Firebase. We have this. We have the chat. For your homework, let's do the following. Okay. I'm gonna do text. Okay. Homework time. Homework. Okay. Okay. For part 1, I want you to do the following. Right? So, complete day 2. Complete part 2. Complete part 2. Part 2 of the Slack clone. Right? So, of course, make sure that's up to date. Okay? For number 2, I want you add a hover effect. Effect 2. Okay.
Hover effect.
Exactly. Add a hover effect to the message itself. Okay? Right? Part 3, I want you to do the following. I want you guys to go ahead and customize how the chat looks.
Fire.
Looks by yourself.
Drop a fire if you're gonna customize yours.
Exactly. Okay. And if you can, this is a bonus, guys. If you can, for part 4, add additional buttons for the send message section. What do I mean by that? Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. So the first things first is, let me show you what I mean by the hover effect. You see when I hover over this, you see how it has this gray section? When I hover this, I want you guys to be able to have this hover effect. That's part 1, okay?
So a clue might be very similar to the green button.
Exactly. Kind of how I have that green button hover effect right here. Same thing, correct? Okay, that's part 1, okay? Part 2, what do we say? Part 2 is add a hover, so that's part 2 is add a hover effect. Part 3, customize how the chat looks by yourself. So maybe you want to customize this chat, right? Maybe you want to customize this, the chat for, this chat window. Maybe you want to be a different color. Who knows? Make it your own, guys, okay? Make it your own. Make it customizable. That's always so much fun than just having to be plain. You know what I mean? So that's part 1. Part 4. Part 4, add additional buttons for the second message section. So what do I mean by that? Here's the thing. If you look at Slack, okay, let's look at Slack, guys. Images, okay. Slack at the bottom, look at this. At the bottom here, you see how, at the bottom right here, let me show it to you. You see how at the bottom right here, we have all these icons. If you guys can, this is a bonus. If you can, I highly recommend that you add these icons right here. Highly recommend these icons right here. You see at the bottom? These are icons. You can add the A icon, this icon, this icon, this icon. It is up to you. I know we currently have the send button only here, but that's okay. You can make it your own. How does that?
Again, this is your application. You would customize it
whichever you want.
however you want.
Whichever you want, okay? So, we got that portion, guys. Okay,
Someone asking if we can elaborate on number 3.
Number 3, customize how the chat looks by yourself. So, for example, maybe you want to go ahead and customize the background. If I do inspect element on the chat itself, let's do chat. Okay, maybe I want to change the chat color to be background color. Background, let's see, gray. Who knows, right? Whatever you want to do, right? Maybe you want it to be dark or black. Who knows, right? Customize the chat section. The chat section is which section? It is this section right here. Oh, wait. Right here. Shit, I wasn't showing you guys.
Uh-oh.
So, my bad. So when I say to customize the chat, I'm saying, look at this, guys. Do background. Let's say here, background. Black, for example. Or maybe it's gray. Right? But make it look nice. Okay, make it look nice. Customize however this portion looks. Okay, customize that. And that's it. So just this section right here. Make sense?
Capiche.
Capiche. Cool. All right, we got that. So before I move on, guys, go ahead and please go ahead and screenshot this right now. Just right now, so you guys have the homework. Right, screenshot this right now. And again, of course, we'll make the Facebook post and the homework post for you guys.
If you still haven't joined the challenge, what are you doing? Click the link below. Join the challenge so that you can see the Facebook post that's going to have all this homework. You could be part of this amazing community.
Always.
So are we going to answer some quick questions? Or?
Yeah.
All right,
so,
guys.
see this homework, guys? Make sure. And again, let me go ahead and I'm gonna stop this. Here's what's going to happen now. Now, if I just want to look in.
Innovation.
Dude, my neck is gonna break from all this dancing.
I know. So, I know. So
Yeah,
look,
there's one more. Nice.
for this, guys, please, if you guys can, this will be really cool, guys, for you. Make this section right here. This section at the bottom. You see BI, this right here? Just how we did this section right here. I recommend that you try to implement that as well. So, again, this might require some customization on your part. I recommend you try it. If you can, no problem. It's a bonus, right? It's just a bonus, okay? But customize the section for where you have the chat, right? And then the other things. So that's pretty much it for the homework, guys. If you have any questions, let us know right now. If you have any questions, let's go ahead and answer them. You ready for this, bro?
I told them to drop their questions.
Drop your questions right now, and we will answer them for you.
Drop it low, girl.
Drop it low. Drop it. Amanda Dev is like, ooh, let's dance, let's go, Amanda Dev.
Hey.
What is that song? I have no idea what the song is
Dude,
called.
someone just posted. It's called The Sound by Duckmaw.
What is it called?
Let me see.
Deadline for the homework. Good question. Deadline for the homework, guys. It's going to be at the end of this challenge. So you guys go ahead and do the homeworks, right? But the whole homework going to be at the end of this challenge. I highly recommend you keep track of your homework. So, for example, as you're doing this, maybe do it by, for example, by tomorrow. That way, by tomorrow, is this the actual one?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
This is I'm gonna drop it down. I'll drop the link in the chat.
Yeah.
People get asking. We had no clue, but someone actually just put it.
Yes. So the homework, like I said, the homework is. I would highly recommend you do it today, and but tomorrow when we do part 3, the last part of Slack clone, we can go ahead and stay on top of things and have your updated Slack and just finish it up fully. So
someone asked, how can we turn off Firebase so that we're not being charged for it?
Guys, for Firebase is actually free. It's free. So if you actually just simply add Firebase, it's completely free for you. There's no problem whatsoever. It's not paid. For the first tier, it's completely free. So just, yeah.
Perfect. Aaron asked, can you show us how to do dark mode? It's at the very bottom. Can you show us how to do dark mode? Now, Aaron, we're going to try to get to some extra functionality towards the end of tomorrow, depending on how fast we wrap up the entire project. But we might do that, or we might do a search function and kind of dive into that. But if not, this is something that...
Where's dark mode? I don't see it.
I think he was at the bottom, but a couple people put more.
Okay, I don't see it. Anyways.
His name is Aaron.
Oh, okay.
But if not, these are things that you can have in mind of things that you want to implement, right? And, if you just talk to people inside the community, you might also find other people that might be interested in implementing that as well. Like you go to the Slack community, the Discord community, you could go to Facebook, like, guys, I want to implement dark mode. Is there anyone else that's interested? And people are like, yeah, I'm interested. And together, you guys could figure it out.
Guys, so dark mode, guys, again, dark mode is pretty simple to implement, okay, guys? You can, for example, just how we set the background color of these specific sections, okay? You can change the background color, for example, of this section. Let's say maybe this section, you set the background color, for example, to maybe like gray. Who knows? Let me just think about this. For example, here, let's say the background color of this is going to be like, you see right there? Now I'm making it dark. You see it right there, bro? See right there? 277. I might do the same thing, for example, on this one. Okay, cool. Maybe let's do the same thing on here. Boom, dark mode. You see? On here. So we'll do, maybe change it to there. Beautiful. You see, now I'm starting to make it to dark mode right there. See? Maybe, for example, the chat message, maybe I make that into, for example, maybe that's like color, for example, background color of this specific whole thing, for example. Maybe the background of this, for example, is gray. No, not gray. I don't want dark gray. No. Dim gray. Let's just say gray, for example, but I will change it up in a second here. So let's just say it's like, let me just think about this. Maybe it's like this. Who knows, right? And then what you can do is you can change the color of the actual text, so like color to be white. See? Right there, see? So now it's like dark mode. You see it right there? So it's so much easier now, right? Dark mode. And now you made this to white, and so right there, I just changed up to dark mode for you guys. Right? Now, of course, you still might need to change this message in here. So, for example, this message, you might change this one to be like, for example, maybe background color transparent. Boom. Done. See? Done. Just like that. It's so simple. So simple, guys. Just think about how would you go. And this is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool dark mode.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I would say so. Awesome. All right. Any other questions you guys have? Any questions?
Where you got that?
Where's my chat? Where's my chat?
Where's the chat at?
I don't know, bro. There it is.
Bro, were you showing the screen right now?
No, I was.
Okay.
I just changed it. Yeah,
I was like, dude.
So, yeah, I like coding with Sven. Hey, Sven is in the house.
Sven.
Sven says, Google for dark mode. You will find tutorials. That is how I got it. Nice. That's awesome. Nice job, Sven. Okay. But when you inspect class, name are gibberish names. Okay, they're gibberish names because of React, right? They are not gibberish names when you go ahead. You would change it up in the actual classes when you go back to the component. They're gibberish names temporarily because that's how React works. Okay? Okay. You can do... What?
Freaking the monist, dude. Daniel's neck automatically moves to the beat.
I know. It's always like...
Dude, it's because I have the music right here in my headphones, so I'm always... guy, dude, calling me out, bro.
Sunny said you can make a component instead of a style div and go about it like so and have the style components understand. Yeah, that's true as well. That's really good as well. Must be correct. Yes. Okay. Because they are dynamically created by style components. Yes, correct, Marius. Yes, that is right. They're dynamically created by style components. Maybe create a function that allows the user to switch. That would be cool if you guys can do that. That would be awesome, right? So that means basically the CSS will change depending on the component and so forth, depending on if you have it like on or off. So I kind of like that.
I like it, dude.
That will probably, you have to use something like use state, for example, for dark mode versus light mode, right? So like dark mode false, and so a lot of your CSS will depend on if the dark mode variable is true or false. Bro,
dude, it's because the monist keeps fucking talking smack.
Oh
dude.
god.
Oh, we just hit 450 likes.
Oh, let's go. Oh my god, it's funny. McFash says today's lesson was dope. Awesome. Does Firebase host websites? Yes, it does, guys. This beat is coming. Let's go, Monoth. The one from Amanda Dev. Yeah, it's a great way. Yes, the one from the portfolio. So we have the portfolio which we guys gave to you. You can kind of reuse that as well to do that. Nice. 50 likes. Dance party time, Ice.
Steve.
I'm a part-time dancer, guys.
Not a part-time DJ.
He's a part-time DJ. Yes. MongoDB is very similar to Firebase, correct? But Firebase consists of other things. MongoDB is a little bit more functional around in terms of how you can query it, but it's pretty similar. Firebase, on the other hand, allows us to have real-time communication, which is a really cool part out of the box. Amazing. So there's a lot more to that.
Amazing.
Cool. Next up, let's see. Any questions? I think it's pretty much it, guys. I think, guys, we will end it there. All I can say to you guys is it has been amazing. Again, look out for the homework posts. Look out for updates. Stay positive. Stay engaged in the community on Discord, on Facebook. Every time, guys, very important. Listen to me. Every time you post, you finish your homework, make a screenshot. Post it in Discord. Post it in Facebook under the comments. We want to see it. That's how to encourage other people. And that's how we see you so that we can consider you for the 15K prize.
And not only that, guys, today was part 2 of the clone. Tomorrow is part 3. We'll be wrapping up the Slack clone. So make sure to show up at 11 a.m. PST so we could wrap up the Slack clone.
Yes.
And start to, this is why we're here.
Oh, holy shit. Somebody gave us a donation for $16.
Galaxy 11 Coder. Let's go. Thank you so much, Galaxy Lemon Coder. We appreciate that. You guys already know we dance for money here, so the more you donate, the harder we go.
Always, guys. All right, guys, and thank you. Like I said, thank you so much. Have yourselves an amazing day, and we will see you when? Tomorrow, 11 a.m. PST. Stay tuned. Make sure to set your alarm clocks right now to 11 PST, guys. Very, very, very important on your phone, guys. I want to see you there. Do not miss out and have a chance to win a boot camp, all courses, and even profit with JavaScript. This is the best challenge. This is the best channel. And these are Daniel and Naz, and we are out. Let's go.